Getting there.
Oh,
Now we are.
man. People.
It's like, once the lights are on, everyone just
Don't
stops.
People.
Don't
You know
nobody
what
want
it
to talk
is,
now?
Jay? You know what it is, Jay? I hate the countdown because the countdown is
Yeah.
just such a vibe killer. It's
Everything
like
is natural.
You guys weren't
just
talking
start
anymore,
it.
so I was
Just start it.
well,
Just
not.
don't do no
It's on
I
countdown
couldn't
right now.
start it with what we were just talking about.
Why not?
Yeah,
Let's
you
rock.
can. You
bro.
guys, hey, chat. Y'all want to know what we was just talking about?
That was
Listen,
crazy.
there's somebody
Yeah.
in the PC. There's somebody in the PC community that that is may or may not be a munch. And I'm not
Oh
sure.
my god!
I'm not sure who it is.
That is crazy, bro.
Silly, man.
That's so stupid, man. Jesus. Well, we got Young Mustard making his return.
I love Uber
Yeah, you
Eats.
already know.
He's been on my jock for a minute now. Uber Eats is all love, bro.
Uber Eats came on to Ask Elder on Monday.
Yo,
Did he get cooked?
Uber Eats, stay on Dub line. Somebody got to keep Dub humble. Somebody got to keep Dub level-headed.
I
Somebody
miss
got to keep him on his
Elder.
toes.
I was sure coming on there. I was out running around. I was on my way. That Chris Bosh top 10. That conversation he had.
You was about to come fry him the same way you did Ticket. In case y'all
Yeah,
don't
I was
know,
coming for that.
Kenny's up here because
They
he's somewhat of a
double-teamed
ticket
it.
slayer. Somewhat of a ticket slayer. He came on the last two Ticket versus Worlds, and he put Ticket in his place more or less. As much as you can put Ticket in his place, he corralled him.
Yeah, because all you got to do with Ticket is not let him out talk you. He try to over talk you. You just got to stay on his back. He'll come in, jabroni, all these WWE line, all this silliness. Don't let him get that off. Hit him with fact after and stat after stat. He gonna get to bringing up all the headbands, sweat, and he'll just go everywhere with it. So you just gotta stay on his back.
The nuts and the guts.
Okay.
Yo,
God,
I knew you really had smoke for Ticket. The minute Ticket came up there, he said one thing, and then a conversation immediately went another direction. You said, "Nah, Ticket, you just stopped." And you said, "Nah, Ticket, you can't do that shit with me." You said, "Ticket, I could do that, but better." And then I said,
I can do the same thing you do.
I said, "Oh, let me sit back."
Already know.
Mars, would you like to say what you said again before the show started?
Would you like to also give us the manual on how to shut up Ticket, how to muzzle that mutt?
Oh, I don't have a blueprint for Ticket. I just let him talk and listen occasionally. He's annoying, so I just tune him out most of the time now. Okay. So I don't have a blueprint, unfortunately. I don't know how to make him less annoying. And I don't know. I didn't say anything before the show started.
Who is Magic Johnson?
Magic Johnson, one of the greatest point guards of all time.
Okay, wow.
Oh man,
wow.
I like that respect. I like that. That was good.
Yeah.
Well, I want to get this off. Mars ain't going to do it. I'm going to do this. Listen. In any list where Magic Johnson's over Kobe Bryant, it's just the wrong list, honestly. You go with the longevity. You could go with the players as themselves. Kobe Bryant is always going to be a better basketball player than Magic Johnson, and there's no other point to prove, honestly. People talk about Kobe having fucking Shaquille O'Neal. Oh, sorry. People talk about Kobe having Shaq. Well, Magic had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and a bunch of great role players to go with that team as well. So the whole impact isn't really moving. The whole impact on winning isn't really moving me with Magic Johnson when they both clearly have a great impact on winning. Kobe's a better defender. He's a better scorer. Magic's a better passer and playmaker. That's fine. But Kobe had the longer career, played at a higher level for longer, and it's just a better basketball
player. Hold on, Dub, because that's kind of nasty.
Yeah,
that's nasty. It was around a point in the early 90s where, well, things got nasty. And, you know, Magic had a good 5-year stretch where he wasn't able to play basketball due to certain things. We seen when he actually came out of retirement.
Whose fault is that?
I mean,
he couldn't keep.
That is his fault.
Don't do that, Dub. Don't do that.
You got that. What if he kept playing? He didn't keep playing.
I mean, he did keep. No, he did keep it in, but
all right,
he just could have kept it in his pants. You feel me?
Next topic, man.
I'm just saying, bro. Like,
but I'm saying,
y'all gotta put some respect on Magic. Come on,
don't say Kobe had more longevity.
Put some respect on Kobe, bro.
Don't say Kobe had more longevity and use that to undermine Magic. Like Magic wouldn't have had a 16-year career had something like that not happen, because he did come back in 96 and still keep playing. But on top of that, during that stretch, he came back and played an All-Star game. And what happened during the All-Star game?
When
I know
did
it's just an
Kobe's
All-Star game,
longevity start? When did Kobe's longevity start? Because he didn't come in great. Kobe didn't come in great. Magic came in off the rip.
Even if we go off of just the years where Kobe was at his prime, it was still a 12 or 13 year prime, while Magic Johnson had a 12 and 13 year career.
It's not even just that though. You said you implied
he was a beast.
Yeah, so just
let
because
Mustard go, let him go.
You implied, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you implied that the teammates around him, like, they were so great, right? But like, even when Kareem got older, they were still able to get to the finals and win. Even when Kareem retired, right, in 91, they went to the finals. The year afterwards, if I'm not mistaken, they were a first-round team. Then eventually they missed the playoffs without him. All that help, like AC Green, Byron Scott, James Worthy, they were still there. They couldn't even make the playoffs, I think, 2 years afterwards, and the year before they lost in the first round. If Magic's not on those teams, they're not winning any championships. As great as those teams were, they're not winning any
we could do the same thing with Kobe Bryant. If Kobe isn't on the Lakers, they're not winning a championship. So
and I'm not going to take away from that. Kobe
was amazing. Of course. So we could sit here and just understand that they both have a tremendous impact on winning. But the whole argument that I see people say all the time, oh, Magic Johnson, just because he was on the Showtime Lakers, his impact on winning was just that much greater than Kobe Bryant, and that's something I don't agree with. You said, he had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was degressing, and then he had other guys who were stepping up to play, like James Worthy. They brought in Byron Scott. They were still a high caliber team. On top of that, Kobe Bryant went through a transition of losing Shaquille O'Neal. He didn't have the benefit of having Shaquille O'Neal aged gracefully down so that he could still have a guy like that on his team. He had to lose Shaq, compete in the West in one of the toughest Western Conferences in NBA history, compete to fight to make the playoffs. Then as soon as he got help, Paul Gasol, that's when he went to 3 straight. So they both essentially, the impact on winning, they both have a tremendous impact on winning.
Can I ask you one question? When Kareem left the Lakers, where did Magic take the Lakers the next year?
What year did he retire? It was like 87.
They went to the finals.
Kareem was done in 91. Kareem was done in 89. They were in the finals 2 years.
Yeah, they were in the finals in 91.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay, Kobe lost Shaq. Kobe lost Shaq and then went to
they went to the bottom of the pits.
I mean, who do you expect him to have? He didn't have a James Worthy on that team with him.
How many games did that team win?
But why are you making this team success argument?
Saying
Magic Johnson did not have.
Magic Johnson all the way to the championship round without Kareem. That's all I'm bringing up. Not saying that he had to.
But he needed the pieces, right? He needed the pieces there to help him get to that. Kobe couldn't what?
He couldn't get past the first round.
Yeah, with fucking Smush Parker and Kwame Brown. What are we doing? His best help was Lamar.
I mean, Magic makes his teammates better. So,
that's my point.
He makes us go look at James Worthy with and without Magic.
We got to give that to Magic Johnson.
He's a different player.
The better player is Kobe. But I'm not disagreeing with you, but the impact on winning, Magic Johnson got that hands down. If we do a 12-year span, who won more and who had more to impact on their team winning? Is it Magic or Kobe?
It should be Kobe Bryant. I think Magic. I don't think Magic Johnson ever had a supporting cast after Shaquille O'Neal left. Magic Johnson never had a supporting cast like that. You talking about him? You talking about huh?
Yeah, you said Magic Johnson after Shaq.
Oh, Kobe Bryant. When Shaq left Kobe,
you know the truth.
No. When Shaq left Kobe, right? When Shaq left Kobe, Magic Johnson never had a supporting cast the way that Kobe Bryant had, right?
But
Magic
Kobe
Johnson never had a
Magic,
smush.
Right?
No. Magic Johnson never had a fucking Kwame Brown and his Smush Parker, and his best guy to lean on was Lamar Odom. That was his best guy to lean on. And the toughest, and can we all agree
Magic,
the 2000s?
Give Magic Lamar Odom.
2000s. Yeah. What you talking about? Give Magic Lamar Odom. What do you think is gonna happen in that time?
You're acting like the guys that Magic had. Those were guys that he made better. Like, you're looking at these guys in this light because he made them better. That is why.
Who did he make
like
better?
James Worthy, he made James Worthy better.
How did he make?
He made Michael Cooper better.
He
made AC Green better.
How did he make him better?
Byron Scott.
How did he make him better?
He was producing. Okay. All these guys you're talking about When Magic was there in 91 without Kareem, right? Because Kareem had already retired. I believe they were one of the 5 best offenses in the league. Without him, they were one of the 10 worst offenses in the league. All these guys you're talking about, he made them better. He was the glue to that team. Before he got there, they were even before when they had Kareem, they were losing in the first round. They never made the finals with the Lakers. I think one year they missed the playoffs. When he gets there immediately, they win the championship. And he has one of the greatest finals games ever. And also on top of that, let's not forget, because I consider this kind of stuff, because same way people are going to gas up Steph Curry, and rightfully so, for changing the game, same thing applies to Magic. Magic and Bird, they changed the game. The hybrid wing was not a thing until Magic and Bird got in the league.
Mustard. What was Jamal Wilkes and Michael Cooper doing before Magic Johnson got there?
I mean, Jamal Wilkes was a good player, but
they were doing the same exact thing. The thing that you're doing is you're saying that the team got better because, like any other team, if you add a high caliber individual to Magic Johnson, the overall team is going to get better. 1 + 1 = 2. If you add a guy of that stature, the team overall gets better because of how good that player is. Not just Magic Johnson is making Jamal Wilkes play at this high of level, or Michael Cooper playing at this high of level. Even James Worthy. James Worthy was one guy. I mean, he played the whole time with Magic Johnson until the later end of his career. So we can't even sit here and say like if Magic Johnson really made him or not, because James Worthy was coming out of college. James Worthy was coming out of college. Yeah, James Worthy was coming out of college with high expectations on him. So we can't just sit here and say Magic Johnson made him. You could say, yes, the team got better because if you add a guy like a Magic Johnson, because there's no discredit to him, and a lot of teams he's going to be on, the team overall is going to be better because he's a better player. I can't just say he made those guys better. Jamal Wilkes was balling before him. Michael Cooper was balling before him.
So you saying Kobe had a bigger impact off the rip than Magic Johnson did when he came in off the rip on the Lakers?
Not off the rip. I'm saying the overall impact on winning is so close to each other that I can't even decide which one's greater than the other. I can't. The argument that I don't like is just everybody assuming that just because Magic Johnson was on the Showtime Lakers, then he automatically has a bigger impact on winning.
That's but he had competition too. The Boston Celtics was better than them teams that
Kobe had comp too. Kobe had comp, though, bro.
I would give competition to Kobe though. I
Come on, bro. The
I'm
80s was not
in
like
the
that.
championship round.
I won't lie.
He was facing the Boston Celtics too with KG, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen. If you want to say that Boston Celtics team, if you want to say that Boston Celtics team was better relative to era, that's fine. But then that's one team. You're dismissing all the other teams, especially in the Western Conference, like the Sacramento Kings, like the Portland Trailblazers.
He had to play the Pistons. He had to
San
play
Antonio
some legendary
Spurs
teams to win that championship round.
The San Antonio Spurs.
You see what I'm saying?
I'm
talking about the championship. You talking about the playoffs.
Because that's all part of winning a championship, right? When you win the playoffs, you gotta go through that whole road.
I see you going. You ain't staying where I'm at. I said in the championship.
I don't want to go where you're at. That's why you're in a bad place right now.
So was the Celtics ever better than the Lakers in the '80s?
Which one? The 2008 Celtics?
No, the Celtics of the '80s. Were they ever better than the Lakers of the '80s?
They had better years. Like 86, the Celtics were a better team. 84, yeah, maybe. But overall,
exactly. That's what I'm saying. It just wasn't always. It was up in the air sometime between the Celtics and the Lakers. The 76ers, when they got Moses Malone. It was Magic had to go play some legendary players.
Yeah, you're naming all the competition in the East, but Magic Johnson made 9 finals because he was in the West. That's the point Dub is making. He was getting to the finals that. Yeah, and the reason he lost 4 is because the East was very strong.
Don't do that.
He wouldn't have made those finals if he was in the East.
You can say Kobe won 3 finals because once he finally got to the finals, he was playing nobody in the East. So you can say that as well too.
Yeah, it can go both ways. I'm impartial here. I'm just saying Dub is saying the West was weak. That's all I'm saying.
I'm just saying the West was weak. That's the exact point that I'm
saying.
The
Nets
we could go tit for tat. Yes, the finals. You could say that the Celtics in '86 were better than Kobe and all his finals opponents. Sure. But then you're dismissing the road it took to got there. You're dismissing the road it took for Kobe to beat, for Shaq to beat on the road to those finals. Like he wasn't going against scrubs. He wasn't.
He wasn't that was the wild west.
Nobody said he was going against Curry.
Let's get it straight. That West
just evening up the score in the championship round. You see what I'm saying?
And let some people tell it. The Lakers weren't even supposed to be there. They weren't
even the best team in the West.
Yo, but with all that being said, though, and I kind of said
Shaq on the team.
Sacramento, man, they got robbed. Sacramento got robbed.
Oh man,
it's documented, man.
It's getting ridiculous.
Y'all know Sacramento got robbed. Come on now.
Sacramento got robbed.
Ain't no one trying to see Sacramento versus New Jersey in the finals.
All right, we got some super chats.
Hey, but in terms of Kobe, though, I'm not like Dub. Here's what we're not gonna do. At least I'm not gonna do. I'm not going to big up Kobe's greatness, which I don't need to do that. I'm not gonna talk shit about Magic to big Kobe up. Just like the other day when it was that LeBron one-on-one conversation, yo, I was more so saying how great LeBron is and that he can compete with Kobe. I still got Kobe one-on-one, but I'm not just to big Kobe up. I'm not going to say LeBron's trash and Kobe beat LeBron 11-0 because that's simply not the truth. Also, when it comes to Magic and Kobe, I'm not going to say that Magic is he doesn't have an impact on winning and this and he would be the Ben Simmons in this era just to try to big Kobe up because that's not true. They both had a crazy impact on winning. They're both top 5 players. I have Magic above Kobe, one slot, but it's not ridiculous to say Kobe's better than Magic, and it's not ridiculous to say Magic's better than Kobe.
And I think it's ridiculous to say that Kobe's better than Magic because you just said by your own admission, the impact on winning is right there with one another, right? Right?
Yeah.
So then what other arguments can you say that Magic Johnson's a better basketball player? Kobe's the better scorer. He's a better defender. He's like, what's the other arguments?
He's a better scorer, but that's what you guys run to every time is scoring. Oh, this player can score.
Defender,
this player has
I said
defender.
Defender.
This player can do this. This player can do that.
Okay. I said defender.
But then when I say the things I'm about to say, you're gonna say I'm being nasty.
Go ahead.
Magic's obviously a better playmaker. He's a better passer. He's a better decision maker. I think he's a more cerebral basketball player.
On the fast break, yes.
He's on the fast break. You see what I'm saying? And that's
on the fast break.
Where, bro, I'm about to just stop. Bro. I'm about to just stop. I'm about to just stop.
No, you keep going. I want to hear more.
We talk about Magic Johnson and Kobe every other show. Bossman Johnson, when y'all gonna have an episode where y'all just sit and dissect every mishap of Jordan or Kobe's career or any pro athlete like y'all do LeBron?
Well, Jordan don't have no mishaps.
Oh, he got mishaps.
Yeah. Everybody has mishaps.
Hey, I ain't seen him.
Not Jay.
We never got to see Jordan play every night like that.
Thank God for that.
Yeah.
Ignorance.
Oh my God. Yeah, if you got to see him play and dissect him every second.
Sharky HD, Mavs fan. Kawhi PTSD was in effect. We can't beat him.
So enough.
You hear Mavs fans? Mavs fans in shambles right now. Nah, Jay, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
You know, shit changes.
I keep trying to tell y'all, it's a vintage Kawhi that's just brewing right now. It's just brewing in the air. Kawhi comes out every so. He played like 2 out of every 10 games where you see the real Kawhi. I'm telling y'all, wait till playoff time roll around. It's gonna get ugly.
Hey, that man,
ugly.
Y'all in trouble. Y'all in trouble.
And you know what else? Another thing. You see how good the Clippers was looking last night? I don't know if you guys watched the game. I actually watched the game. The Clippers was looking good. Offense flowing, defense playing well. They over there dragging the Mavs all around the floor. Obviously, Luka going crazy. But I'm looking and I'm like, man, why these guys look so good tonight? And all these other nights, they look so.
Man, it's
because Paul George on the bench in street clothes. That's why.
Oh,
they need to go ahead and do something with that.
It's because Dorian Finney-Smith is on the bench in street clothes. That's why they lost to the Clippers.
Like really though, I'm talking shit, but I am partially being serious though. I think the Clippers maybe should consider moving Paul George. I think they might be able to get a sizable package.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe
Russell Westbrook. They want him.
Nah, let's not do that.
We got to trade.
I'm being serious though, bro. Like I don't maybe like a Pascal Siakam, something like that. Hey, keep in mind Norman Powell, Kawhi Leonard, and Pascal Siakam have won a championship before. I'm just saying. I don't know.
I kind of agree with you. Not because Paul George isn't that good. I just don't think that PG and Kawhi just wasn't really a good fit for one another. I don't think they just know how to play well off of each other. So trading PG for the Clippers to get a guy who would complement Kawhi Leonard is good, but then again, you have to rely on the health of Kawhi Leonard now solely, and it's like I'm not gonna hold you. The Clippers are just I'm off them. I'm just saying. I hope Kawhi Leonard turns back to 2019 Kawhi Leonard to 2020, 2021, but I got to see that, bro.
Hey, faith moves mountains.
I have to address
that. Clippers and
Paul George.
Hey,
Paul George health. Paul George health combined with that contract.
Right.
I mean,
I
don't know. Yeah, I'm not saying Paul George is a bad player, but he's clearly in decline. He's still really good, but that contract, the injuries that on his body, I don't know if I want to give up a lot for that, to be honest.
Yeah, and they gave up a lot.
Some of these players be getting traded for these days. Who knows, man? Honestly,
I'll trade him for James Wiseman.
T Hoodie, let me address this. He said, "Jay, do you think DFS is the Clippers beater? I don't think that he's the Clippers beater, but we're missing Josh Green, Dorian Finney-Smith, and Maxi Kleber. So
Josh Green,
JD, don't start with Josh Green.
We're literally missing.
On.
Whatever.
On, JD.
Okay, fine.
I get the third. I get the Dorian Finney-Smith.
We're missing Dorian Finney-Smith, Maxi Kleber, and we're missing Josh Green. Those are 3 good pieces for the Mavs. So it's whatever.
I mean, once again, the Clippers were missing Paul George.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
the Clippers.
I don't know. Luka might have the Lakers better. I just heard that roster again.
JD, they were missing Paul George.
The roster. I don't like the Mavs.
What'd you say?
I don't like them.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
That is nasty.
We do not disrespect the Mavericks on player's choice. All right, drink more water. Said PG playoff career one.
Help.
For real. 108 games, 21-7-4 on 56% true shooting. Middleton playoff career 69 games, 26-5 on 55% true shooting. If one is mid, does that make PG overrated? Also, who makes the mid-season All-NBA first team? I actually really
Middleton
like that question.
Middleton is mid.
Oh.
And this is why that's a nasty.
mid?
This is why that's a nasty context, man. Because Chris Middleton's, I think 2018 run carries those stats dramatically, like very dramatically. So if we take, let's say if we take the best season of Middleton and then the best season of PG, let me see those stats, and then let's see. Look at
2018. That was the year they lost to the Celtics, right?
Yeah, Middleton was balling out.
He was going crazy.
Why can't we just go off the averages?
That series, I can't lie.
Is that?
Well, because it's like this, Bobby. If there was one series that's doing a lot of the heavy lifting to make your stats look like that, I'm not going to look at you as that player with those stats.
I don't even think it's fair.
That's an outlier. That's an outlier.
It's hard to say 7 games are influencing the average.
It's not even
69 games.
I wouldn't even say. I wouldn't even say it's just that series. I would also say Middleton's been a second option his whole career to Giannis. So like, it's very. I wouldn't say it's easy for him to score, but imagine if PG was the number 2 to Giannis, like in Indiana, instead of being number 1.
Everyone would think they would win the chip.
Hold on, no. Were PG's numbers in Indiana all that crazy? I really don't think they were. No, he did, but PG wasn't in Indiana scoring 25 a night. You guys and this is what pisses me off when we talk about Indiana Paul George. They had a good team. They had a year where they had 4 All-Stars. So let's not do that. Dude had a good team around him. Was he the best of that bunch? Yes, he was the most talented, but he had other good pieces around him. They didn't rely on him to carry the team and score 40 a night like Luka. No, Paul George was coming, getting his anywhere from 18 to 22. Yes, leading them in scoring every other night. And he was leading them in that aspect. And also he was playing great on defense. Yeah, it was, remember, Roy Hibbert, David West, Paul George, and
David West was not an all-star at that time.
David West was what? David West wasn't an all-star in Indiana?
I don't think he was
I'm almost positive.
I remember David West was with Chris Paul. That's what I remember.
Yeah,
David West was getting busy. All-Stars.
It was in New Orleans. It was in New Orleans.
Okay, so he didn't make an all-star team for the Pacers?
It was just PG and Roy Hibbert. That was a fake.
He made back-to-back all-star teams 07-08 and 08-09.
Okay. And what year? But in Indiana, I still want to make sure that we're clear on that. Was he not getting busy in Indiana? Or?
Yes, he was.
He was
He
good.
was a good player. Yeah.
Bully
Comparatively, well, I mean,
yeah, it's not the same.
And then look, don't forget they had Danny Green to start that whole run out too.
Danny
The
Granger.
Pacers was a good team. I mean,
Danny Green.
Danny Green.
They had
shout out
Danny
Danny Green.
on
He
that
gets
team?
hate that he don't deserve.
He misspoke. Danny Granger.
Danny Granger.
Danny Granger might be the greatest NBA 2K player to ever live. Go ahead, Mars.
I think that Pacers team, it's not like Paul George was just carrying their offense. They were winning because their defense was great. They had the best defense in the league the 2 years they made the conference finals. Paul George was, especially 2013, he was ridiculously inconsistent in terms of scoring.
Yeah, he wasn't.
People remember the games he exploded. They forget the games he was having like 10 points, which is no knock on him. He wasn't a superstar player, but it's not like Paul George was just carrying that team. Their defense was great and their offense was serviceable, and that's how they had success in that very mid-Eastern Conference. So it's not just all Paul George carrying the team like people like to say.
Yeah, not that.
They romanticize what Paul George was.
Miami series.
I agree, because even in that Miami series, people forget like one of the reasons that series was so close because Roy Hibbert was always like just going at Chris Bosh. You know what I'm saying? PG was good, but it was the defense for sure that was really why they was winning.
Yeah, when people say that's prime Paul George, it's
no.
It was without Granger and them when he was prime. Paul, when he was that one series when they got beat 4-1.
Oh, to the Raptors. He lost to the Raptors that year. He was great that series.
I looked up the 3 seasons after Chris Middleton's 2018 run against the Celtics, and then I looked up Paul George's worst from 2018 to 2020, which was probably some of the worst playoff appearances from Paul George. He averaged more points on higher true shooting percentages, and the stats all across the board was just as much, if not more. So this is Paul George at his worst in the playoffs, and then this is Chris Middleton.
Is the argument Middleton better than Paul George? Is that what we?
We just got trolls in the chat that just don't want to come to terms that Middleton is mid, man. I mean, it just is.
He's not mid though.
The stats tell us.
He's pretty mid. He's pretty mid.
Why do y'all think he's mid? What's wrong with Middleton?
The stats tell us
nothing's wrong with him. He's mid. He's not bad. He's not great. He's mid.
Yeah, the stats tell us.
He's good.
No,
he's
mid is mid.
Wiggins better than him.
Wiggins better than him.
No, he's not.
Mustard. The stats tell us that Paul George, when he was getting slandered for playoff P and pandemic P, when he was doing all of that, Chris Middleton is even better than him.
You know what you did. That 2020 PG is worse than all the other years probably of his career, right?
I put in 2018 was bad for him, right? Because the first year he got sat down by
What was the bubble year? That was 2020, right?
2020. I included that.
No. Look up just that one and compare it to all the others. I'm sure that one's the worst that it's ever been.
I got it right here. He averaged 20 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists.
And what's
and
that
1 million turnovers. A million turnovers.
That one OKC wasn't that good neither.
But Middleton, I don't get it. Why y'all gotta call him mid? Just because he's not as good as PG, don't mean he's mid.
Because he has the word mid in his name.
If you're an all-star, how can you be mid?
Nah, because
there's been plenty of mid all-stars.
I just want to know how you're not better than Pandemic.
He's a real all-star.
He's the third best player on his team. He's the third best player on his team.
Is Middleton supposed to be better than Paul George? After you guys came up here out of your 2 lips and said Paul George will beat LeBron 1-on-1. Like, come on.
I didn't compare Middleton to Paul George.
Nobody compared Middleton. Me and Mars.
We've never compared Middleton to Paul George. The Super Chat did it. The Super Chat did it.
No, okay.
After Super Chat.
Absolutely, but here's the point I'm trying to make. Since we're talking about the Super Chat, like talent-wise, the talent gap, there is a gap, no doubt about it. Paul George is a better basketball player, more skilled, all of that. Probably everybody's picking Paul George as their number 1 option up here and in the chat. I'm assuming.
Keep me out.
But when we, all right, most of us are. But when we start going into number 2, number 3 options, I don't know if it's clear cut that I want Paul George over Chris Middleton. Reason being, once again, just because a guy's more skilled doesn't mean he's going to be more conductive to winning, doesn't mean he's going to help your team flow better, doesn't mean he's going to fit your game plan more. Now, I'm saying that to say, on the Bucks, during that championship run, I don't know if they do that with Paul George. Out there throwing a million turnovers, out there trying to compete, being the number one option and stuff like that. I think Chris Middleton fits perfectly next to Giannis. I'm not saying it can't be done. I'm not saying that they wouldn't have won it that year because I still would put my money on the Bucks. But at the same time, PG's 5-6 turnovers a game. I don't know if that translates well into them beating the Brooklyn Nets.
Who played
Ron,
better
but
in
were those
2021?
turnovers? Was he trying to make the best play possible?
No, he was
Petty, bro.
No.
I will never get over it.
Hold on.
That's not fair, though.
Let me ask this to you, Ron. In 2021, who had a better postseason, Middleton or Paul George?
In 2021, we're not. What?
No, I just need to ask this a yes or no question.
In
Who was
2021,
better in the playoffs in 2021, Middleton or Paul George?
in 2021, Paul George averaged 26.
You're talking about when Kawhi was out, yeah?
Now PG was better.
I mean, just for the whole postseason.
But you're talking about wasn't Kawhi
that
out?
is the year Kawhi got hurt.
Kawhi did get hurt, yes.
Yeah, so of course he's gonna have inflated stats, Dub, compared to Middleton, who has Giannis.
Oh my
It's
God.
not
What
even
is this
that, though.
context?
Even in
Middleton played a couple games without Giannis. Middleton played a couple games without Giannis.
yes,
The thing is,
bro.
Middleton was still inconsistent that whole playoff run. Like, don't get me wrong, he came up clutch. He was very clutch.
coming up.
There were just as many games you could find 8 of 23, 5 of 15. Like, he still has some pretty
Jay, mind your
rough
business
games.
sometimes, bro.
That's the reason they was down
You
2-0. Remember?
No,
No,
nice
it's not
try.
true.
No,
Because even when he
absolutely.
played with Kawhi Leonard, he still was putting up just as much, if not more, than
Kyrie and
Middleton,
KD
bro.
was looking special on them that year
Oh yeah, the Bucks Nets.
on the Bucks. Mm-hmm.
All right, so
Nasty,
the
bro.
second part to that super chat was, who are you putting in your All NBA first team halfway through the season?
Luka, Donovan, KD, Jokic,
Halfway
Embiid.
I guess Steph wouldn't qualify then right now, right?
That's why I left him out.
Steph I don't think Steph gets
Steph's
it
not
over
gonna
either
make
than
it
anyway.
anyway.
I don't right now, as crazy as it is to say, I don't think I put Steph over. You definitely don't put him over Luka. And I don't think I put him over Donovan Mitchell either.
That's fine. He missed like half of the season so far, so
Even if he would have continued to play and put up his numbers, I still don't think that you put him over those guys because they're winning a little bit
I
more.
don't know about that. I don't know about
I mean,
that.
Steph was balling, but bro, look at what let's leave Luka out of this. We don't got to talk about Luka. Let's just talk about Donovan Mitchell and what he's doing. Donovan Mitchell going ballistic, and what he just do last night in Utah? Yeah, what 44?
47 or something like that.
He's averaging just as much as Steph. I'm assuming he's averaging a little bit more rebounds. Steph probably got him an assist. But then when you strip all that and you just go to winning, his team's doing better. So I mean, I would like to think that would give the nod to Donovan Mitchell, but I don't know. Donovan Mitchell's been number one in the East before or in the West before with the Jazz, and he didn't get all of the
I wish Steph Curry was playing with Evan Mobley and Jared Allen. And
don't do that. Do not do that. Do not do that. When Steph has been granted a plethora of riches in teammates during the whole.
What riches this year? What riches this year?
No, what you mean? What riches this year? He got the same riches that won him a fucking championship last year.
And they got worse. They did not
get worse. They're just hungover. They're just hungover. They're just hungover from the champion or from the champagne they was drinking last year.
They need to get some fun. They need to eat some fun.
Right. Jordan Poole has not been good. Or when Steph was there, Jordan Poole was not playing well. Wiggins missed time. Wiggins hasn't played.
Undoubtedly.
Yeah, Wiggins has missed time. What's the name? They lost Gary Payton. That was a big part of their defense that they lost.
Definitely should have brought GP back.
So they've took a step back. And Kuminga, Moody, they haven't stepped up. Wiseman is trash. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
And Clay stinks. And Clay sucks.
They took a step back because they just mentally.
They got the same squad.
I just have the big issues. Poole just was so inconsistent to start off.
Nah, for sure. But like I said though, bro, I think this was the best thing that could have happened to the Warriors was Steph getting injured and those guys having to go out there and play without Steph. I think Wiggins has kind of got his groove back. I think you see Clay's had some big games. Draymond got a chance to
don't let
play
Clay
without
fool
him.
you though. Don't let Clay trick you.
Hey,
cut it out,
I think Clay was tricking us in the beginning. I think you guys jumped off a cliff saying Clay can't hoop. Clay's not this. Clay's not that. He's not the old Clay. I think Clay is very much the same Clay that he's always been. Defensively, he's a little bit slower. He's not going to do that. But I think big shot making, I don't think Klay's went anywhere. I think it's the same Klay.
So Steph ain't on the NBA list.
Nah.
That's basically.
Well, I mean, he's number 2. I think he'd be second team.
Ron,
don't ever disrupt one of my points again, bro. Because you were wrong.
Don't disrupt one of your points.
Yeah. Because even PG has.
I will do whatever I want.
Even PG has.
I'll do this.
Even PG has a second option. Still
that man came and picked up right where he left off, man.
Ron, did you finish your first team? You had Luka.
I didn't go first. I think it was.
I said Luka, Donovan, KD, Embiid, Jokic.
Yeah, Mars got his off.
Yeah, I mean, I would go Luka. I mean, I would essentially say the same thing. Luka, Donovan Mitchell, KD, Jokic, and Embiid. Tough shit for JT.
Does anyone have a different first team than that?
I mean, I'd probably go. My fault. You can go ahead.
No, go ahead, Mustard.
I was just gonna say Luka. I'd probably go D Mitch. Then what's his name? Giannis, KD. Well, KD just missed. I guess KD he's played majority of the game, so I could put him there.
Whoa!
Yeah,
I didn't put Giannis in.
Yeah, you forgot.
Oh, I'm tripping. Look. Get Embiid way out of there. See ya.
Giannis, KD, and then Jokic. I'll go.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I want to see Giannis in there, and I want to see JT in there, but it's hard to,
I don't know where to put JT though.
Yeah, that's because Donovan. I think Donovan got to be in there, so I don't know how to get JT in there. But yeah, Joel's gone and Giannis in there.
Yeah,
you gonna put Joel over Jokic?
No, hell no.
First team only allows one center, so I guess
only one center.
I guess I have to take Embiid off as well. So.
Yeah, he's not gonna make it on mine.
Because they make a 2 guard, 2 forward.
I don't know why they don't just do 2 guards and 3 front court, but
man, you see the chat. I really wanted to put DeMontis in there, but I'm just being, being.
They really shouldn't even do positions for all NBA, to be honest, in my opinion. But
man,
it's whatever.
Yeah,
DeMontis should be 3rd team. Help for sure. I think I got DeMontis as a lock for 3rd team.
DeMontis is listed as a 4 or a center.
He's a 4 center, but DeMontis should be as a center.
Yeah,
because they might list him as a forward because in the past that's what he was listed as.
I think for us though, we're listing him as a center though.
Okay. Well, he's not gonna make it then.
He's going to be 3rd.
If DeMontis is a forward, he might have some action at 2nd team.
No,
as crazy as it sounds.
Because you have Jason Tatum,
LeBron, Zion,
Tatum.
AD.
They're gonna make it.
Never mind. I'll walk that back quick.
DeMontis isn't making 2nd or 3rd team.
He could get 3rd team. He could get 3rd team.
DeMontis is listed as
Bam. I would take Bam over Sabonis this year.
Nah, hell no.
DeMontis is listed as a forward.
Yo,
but
don't do that.
For the Kings specifically, does he start at center dub?
Yeah, he does.
But they got him listed. They got him listed on everything as a power forward.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
People still vote DeMar DeRozan in the All-Star game as a shooting guard. So.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. DeRozan was a shooting guard for so long. They just kept him listed as that, even though he plays power forward for us.
Bro, that makes no sense. What you should be the position that you play for that year is where.
But look at LeBron. Same thing happened with LeBron when he played point guard. Remember that one year? The one year they won the title, I think.
Yeah. They listed him as a PG or small forward. I thought it was still a small forward.
He was a point guard, and he ran the point on offense, but he would still come out with like 2 guard lineups. So some people said he was still like, because I think they had Avery Bradley and I can't remember. Dennis, was it Dennis Schroeder? No.
KCP.
Danny
Green.
No, they have Rondo.
Danny Green. That's
Rondo off the bench.
Yeah,
Rondo off the bench.
And Alex Caruso.
Hey, that 2020 Lakers team low key underrated for real. They was all right.
They are.
Yeah, bubble championship. Yeah, no.
Disney World.
Disney World.
I gotta stop, man.
If Harden's a point guard, where would he rank all time?
Above John Stockton.
Top 3, top 5.
Boo.
Not top 3, top 5.
He's at top.
I don't
He's
know
at
about
top
top
7.
3,
He's
but
at
top
top 7.
5. Top 5.
Boo.
Yeah, he's top 7.
As a point guard.
As a point guard, Morris, stop it.
Yeah, if you just change this listed position from shooting guard to point
Y'all
guard.
gotta stop.
Is he better than Jason Kidd?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
What?
Yeah,
Nobody
I
believes that.
have him over Jacob.
Jason Kidd, y'all talking about Magic being a
So you
fraud.
got
Jason
Matt-
Kidd is a fraud.
Dude,
dog.
Oh,
Jason Kidd is a
wow.
fraud.
Yo,
Y'all gotta stop.
JD, I'm trying.
That man is athletic Ricky Rubio at best, bro. That's all he is, man. Y'all gotta stop. That's just a black Ricky Rubio, man. Put Ricky Rubio on those Nets teams, they still gonna go to the finals.
They'll
also.
play nowhere near like each other.
Y'all talking
Wait,
about
who?
What's
Who?
up?
Who did you compare Rubio to?
He's Jason Kidd, bro. I'm telling you, Jason Kidd is just the black Ricky Rubio. I'm telling you, what is Jason Kidd could not even score.
I don't know about that.
He couldn't score. Rubio is a good passer, not as good of a passer as Jason Kidd, but
Not
he's
as
a great
good as
passer.
the defender.
Mustard,
He's
I
just
don't know.
an
But
athletic-
this is
he's an athletic Rubio.
this
That's
feels
what
like a
How old
swing
are
and a
you?
miss, bro. I don't
Mustard,
know.
how old are you?
Oh man, he's an athletic Rubio.
Mustard, how old are you?
TikTok's
Don't
gonna
do
kill
this,
you.
Ron. Don't do this, Ron.
I watched Jason Kidd.
TikTok is gonna kill you. TikTok is
Mustard,
gonna kill
can
you.
you
Hey,
please
make
answer my
sure
question?
you get that, Dub. Make sure
Yeah,
you
this
get that,
needs
Dub.
to
I
be
don't
clipped up
clip these
nicely.
episodes,
This one.
Y'all are
needs to be clipped
gassing
up
Jason
nicely.
Kidd,
Mustard,
bro.
how old are
Jason
you?
Kidd, y'all gassed Jason Kidd because he was in the weak East and he was winning 49 games, getting to the finals just to get swept. That
Mustard.
did not move me at all. What does
How
that do?
old are you?
That don't mean nothing.
That's
My age
Mustard,
don't matter.
how
here right
old
now.
are you?
I'm about to turn 23 tomorrow. Ironically.
That was the
happy
90s.
early
You wouldn't
birthday,
get it. You had to be there.
Oh my goodness.
You,
What?
You just had to be there.
Y'all gassing Jason.
Ron,
Kidd.
you
had to
weren't
be there.
even in
You had to
double
be there.
digits. You weren't
You
even
had
in
to be
double
there for
digits in
Kareem.
age in the
You had to
90s.
be there for Kareem as
Bozo.
well, Ron.
I'm saying you had to be there for Magic and Kareem.
Some things you do gotta be there for. Like sometimes when somebody telling you something, you just can't disregard what they saying because history don't start with you. You know what I'm saying?
You can
You were still playing with
disagree with what
GI
they're saying.
Joes in the 90s, Ron.
You guys do know, I was playing with G.I. Joes
Sometimes you
and
gotta be
titties.
there.
Don't play with my 90s era. I was a menace in the 90s, but we're not gonna get there. Look, but the thing about that era though is like that was an era when there were true point guards. The point guard wasn't relied on to go out there and score 20 a night. That's why this era with point guards is it's kind of like wishy-washy. It's not
combo.
wishy-washy.
Name me
but
those point guards though.
it's
Name me
weird.
those point
No,
guards.
Jason Kidd just couldn't score. It's not because
I'm about to say
He
all
just couldn't
those
score.
point
He
guards.
wasn't a good
you named
scorer.
He wasn't a
are
good
better
scorer.
He
He
wasn't a
wasn't a
good
good
scorer.
scorer.
It's
He
not
wasn't
because he was a traditional
scorer.
point guard. He just wasn't a good scorer.
Jason
not a
Kidd
good
could have
scorer.
Jason Kidd could have averaged 20 if he wanted
Oh
to.
my
No,
God.
That would have been a
no,
horrific
no.
20
He
points.
wanted
That would have been a
It
horrific.
It doesn't
20
matter
They used to call
how
him Jason
horrific
Kidd
it is.
because he couldn't shoot.
Couldn't
He's
shoot.
not a good scorer. No,
Yo,
he's
Jason
not a
Kidd
good
could have
scorer.
averaged.
Jason
He's actually
Kidd
a bad
was
one.
similar
He's a
to
bad
Matt.
one.
Jason Kidd wasn't a good scorer, and none of
he
us here are
was
holding
the
that
one
against him because none of us
doing the
expected him to
Showtime.
be a
Check-
scorer, but it's just
check-
what he was. He wasn't a good scorer.
Okay, but check it out though. In this era, Jason Kidd does what Tyrese Halliburton does easy. He averages 20 and 10 easy.
He
No
ain't as
doubt
efficient as
about it.
But he's not the shooter.
We're
For one, I don't even think-
not finna compare Tyrese Halliburton to
Yeah,
him.
I'm not
It's
gonna
not.
do
It's
that.
He'll
not.
get
It's
15.
I'm not
He'll
it's
get
not a-
15. He's not getting 20. He'll get 15.
Yo,
I don't
stop
even-
it,
I wouldn't
Dub.
compare
Stop it, Dub.
because
Whoever your favorite
I don't think he
point
would
guard
get-
is in the NBA right now, Jason Kidd, to tear their ass up.
Oh my god.
I
fair
think Jason Kidd is great. He just
He ain't
wasn't a
tearing
good
up Steph
scorer.
Curry,
That's what
bro.
I'm like. I don't know why
Yeah.
the scoring go, but he
Fucking
couldn't
all
score.
of them.
He wasn't a good scorer.
He's a
Was
bad
he
scorer.
supposed to score?
He's a bad scorer.
Whether or not he was
Absolutely.
supposed to is irrelevant to the fact he wasn't good at it. He wasn't supposed to because he wasn't good at it. If he
I'm
could
about to
score
say,
better, they
he's
would have
not
made him
good at
score
it.
more. He was a bad scorer, so they made sure he didn't need to score.
I mean,
Yep.
I'm just
need
saying, bro. If you
to-
take away those two finals appearances, y'all would look at Jason Kidd differently, bro. Let's really be honest here.
I don't look at the finals appearance as a
Fuck all
team
those finals
award.
opinions.
So can we look at Chris Paul differently?
I don't look at Chris Paul.
I mean, Chris Paul's better than Jason Kidd
You
too.
see what I'm? You see
Why?
man,
Because
oh
he's
my
a scorer.
God.
No, because he's better.
He's better.
He is better. We
I
don't
can
have to
watch
lie.
the games and visibly see the difference
I
between.
got
the two.
CP.
Haters.
I got CP over.
Let me know when Jason Kidd can make a mid-range shot or make a three-point
He
shot
ended up making
or make
the
any
three.
shot.
He could make a
What's next?
three.
What's
His
next?
three wasn't
Chance?
crazy, but he could make a
Later on, he could make.
later on. Yeah,
I'm
later
saying
on.
Later on,
it's
his shot
now
got better.
for
I
Chris
agree with
Paul,
that,
and they
but-
lost.
Come on.
We seen what Chris Paul doing his later stage. They went in there and lost. Got
So-
beat by Giannis with the hurt knee.
So
Hey, just like how Jason Kidd got beat by Shaq and got beat by Tim Duncan.
With the hurt
Come on
knee.
now.
Leaf Diggy. Kobe had more individual comp. Magic had more team comp. Are we going to speak on the collusion that's going on in the West to push the Mavs and Golden State Warriors into playoffs? Moving out Utah, Portland, Phoenix, who Golden State just lost to. What kind of conspiracy theory is that?
It's not a conspiracy theory, JD. It's just how the NBA works.
Leaf is crazy,
bro. What?
It's
how the NBA
Oh,
works.
that's
Y'all remember when the NBA was trying to push that like Kobe and LeBron matchups? They was doing the Nike commercials, everything, trying to push that. And then who was it? The Celtics ruined it for him. Orlando ruined it for him. The Celtics ruined it again. And the NBA does this. They do it all the time. I know. It's just how it is. It's like WWF.
It's a sports thing, to be honest. I remember. I think it was a couple years ago when the Chiefs and the Packers could have met each other. They were pushing that in all like the ads, like the State Farm ads.
We wanted it,
like Mahomes and Rodgers. That happens in all sports. You feel me?
They do it in all sports, and they try to do everything in their power to make it happen.
But you can't. You can only control so much, obviously. So
yeah, but you can control a lot. A lot gets controlled during in game. In game things are controlled.
Yo, Dub, because I was watching. Surprisingly, because I do not watch football. I watched the Seahawks game because there was actually implications on the line.
Yeah.
And to Leaf's point about just trying to push people along, it felt like the refs were really trying to help the Seahawks. They missed so many calls or called them in the Seahawks' favor. Like the kicking, the roughing, was it roughing the kicker or whatever it is? What's that
roughing
penalty?
The passer, roughing
no,
the
kicker though. The kicker.
Oh, roughing the kicker.
Is that what it's called? When one of the Seahawks players pushed one of the Packers defenders into the kicker.
Mm-hmm. It shouldn't have been roughing the kicker.
Not at all. It was a terrible call.
No, I know. Trust me, bro. I mean, that happens in the NFL. It is what it is. The Seattle shouldn't have won that game. They played bad, but I mean, they just got it. I mean, it is what it is. That's how the sport works, bro. Sometimes the refs are on your side. Sometimes they not. So it is what it is.
Shout out to Gino, though.
It's a lot more than that, though.
Shout out to Gino for real.
Yeah, shout out to Gino.
There's too much money involved in these sports for it not to be controlled.
Nah, real ones remember when Gino used to be so bad, bro. I cannot believe he's good.
But he was on the Jets, bro. He was on the Jets, man.
He was.
I didn't mean to turn this into gridiron.
Yo, Buster, you watch
Tom Brady's watched.
Yeah, I'll be watching football.
You trying to pull up tonight? We do a gridiron episode at 9:00.
I should be available. Yeah.
Y'all was acting crazy. I was on there.
Hey, Steelers. The Steelers. When we tool, we gonna be back in the Super Bowl again.
You a Steelers fan?
Come on, man.
You be back. That's what's up. I see you down there, bro.
Oh, that's crazy.
We gonna be back. Hey,
my bad. They're playing the Rams. My bad.
I've never seen the Steelers as a losing team. They've never had a losing record.
I have.
The same, bro. Never happened.
See, you 23. I didn't seen them. Mike Tomczak, Neil O'Donnell, all them. I seen it all. Tommy Maddox. They do terrible.
Boss Man Johnson. Bobby comment is my point exactly.
He's talking about MJ. When I said MJ didn't have any deficiencies.
Bossman Johnson with another super chat. Why is the 2020 season overlooked? The 55 games played before stoppage always seems to be ignored. The Lakers was running through everybody.
Bubble championship, no one cares.
Disney World.
Not gonna hold y'all.
Unless the Clippers won. If the Clippers would have won, everybody would.
If Miami would have beat LeBron, everybody would have cared. That's true. That's true. But I will say this. I think we do have to understand the fact that the Lakers did benefit from that dramatically because after
so did everybody else.
No. But after no, not because of play, because every single season after that, LeBron and AD has been hurt the whole time. So having that break actually helped them to be healthy.
I agree with that.
Because they had to turn around and play next month after they just played. They forgot that turnaround where everybody was sitting back. Chilling, AD and the Heat and Brown and them had to go right back and play.
Yeah, like what was like 60 days, right?
Yeah,
60 days.
I mean, but AD's just fragile. Come on now, we all know that he's made of glass. You feel me?
But even the Heat wasn't that good the next year.
Too.
I mean, the Heat
actually both the teams been getting hurt for the last 2 seasons. So you think that's mainly because of them having to play in the bubble? So it's kind of like a butterfly effect.
I thought it was like just a turnaround. Like even the Nuggets start getting hurt. Everybody who went on long runs in that bubble, the next year their teams just start going down. Everybody start getting hurt.
Interesting.
Sharky HD expecting at least 2 upsets in the West playoffs. Danny's Dimensions. Jason Kidd ended up being top 10 all-time in threes. Stop it, bro.
If I take a billion threes, I'd probably be top 10 in threes too.
If you're gonna try and suggest that Jason Kidd was a great shooter, bro,
I'm saying, like, what is that supposed to mean to me, bro?
All right.
I didn't even know that.
Y'all trying so hard.
And we all know in 10 years he's not going to be top 10 in threes anymore. So come on.
For sure.
Neither are a lot of great shooters.
Jason Kidd isn't one of them. Jason Kidd isn't a great shooter.
Ain't one of them.
Jason Kidd isn't one of them.
Jason Kidd ain't one of them, dog.
That's because kids nowadays are shooting 15 threes a game. So
yeah, but Jason Kidd isn't a great shooter.
You know, he's talking about the great shooters that will get bumped. Mars,
yeah,
calm down.
They'll get bumped, but that doesn't apply to Jason Kidd because he's not great.
Y'all know shit about J Kidd.
Man, J Kidd was.
If you're trying to say he was a good scorer, then you're the one who's a bit.
I didn't say.
Then what do we not know? Because we're just saying he wasn't a good scorer.
I didn't say it was a great
I just don't
shooter,
get it. What is it about Jason Kidd that like y'all think we're wrong about? We're telling
he's
the
a
truth.
point guard. He's
pretty
a
much everything you said.
He's a legitimate.
There are still point guards back then that are okay scores. He's a bad.
He can be a bad point. He can be a bad point or bad scorer and a great point guard. A point like back then, a point guard's job wasn't to come out there and put up.
I feel like y'all gassing it because those assists.
It wasn't to put up. Yes, it is. Yes, that's why I'm gassing it. Because
by that logic, Tyrese Halliburton is an elite point guard, right?
I think he is. Okay, I wouldn't say elite just yet, but I got Tyrese.
But by that logic, Tyrese
is in my top 5,
and he's a better scorer than Jason Kidd ever was.
As a point guard, I value your playmaking ability because I have.
I'm asking.
Rondo a great point guard. Rondo was a great point guard.
Yes, he was.
I don't want to get into Rondo.
Out of control, great.
Y'all nasty. Y'all nasty.
Y'all think Rondo's nice, but I don't know what tier you guys are trying to put him in. He's not like
Rajon was a great point guard.
Yeah, he wasn't out.
He was good for his era. Yeah, he was good for his era.
Rajon was great. Rajon was great for any era.
I would say great for any era. I don't know.
What you mean? He was playing good in the bubble for the Lakers team. You forgot.
If it wasn't for Rajon, they probably wouldn't have won that championship. If y'all remember that Denver series, if y'all remember that Denver series, who it was him and who was it? KFC. They was on Jamal. Yeah,
KFC
and Caruso. Yeah, he was. Y'all don't remember when Rajon was taking the ball from Jamal?
Rondo,
if it's not
Rondo's nice,
passes and step back threes, y'all just.
I think you're kind of overrated how good Rondo was.
Y'all just discredit. Discredit everything that's not a travel step back three. Fancy.
Rondo's good. He's just not like top 10 point guard.
I agree with that, Bobby. If it don't look pretty enough, it ain't good enough.
If it ain't pretty enough, y'all don't want no parts.
He can't do it. He can't do any he's not good at anything.
You say he can't. You say he can't do anything because he doesn't shoot threes.
No. I said he can't score because he actually can't score. That's
all right.
That's
cool.
Yeah, that's nasty. Yeah, but then you forget the games with the Celtics when Rondo was going 44, 16, and
that's like
12.
1 or 2 games, bro. I'm not
okay. Rondo was
every night. Rondo was just a threat to drop 40, huh?
No, but that's the thing, though. You don't have to.
He was always a threat to bust your ass.
I'm out on any given night.
He's a clutch player. I thought we were talking about Jason Kidd too.
We're talking about J Kidd and Rondo. J Kidd and Rondo fall in that same creed of point guards that don't come out.
Yeah, they overrated. They both overrated.
They're not overrated. You're wilding, bro.
On any given night, they can give you 20 points, and on any given night, they're more than likely going to give you upwards of.
Okay, on any given night, they're not going to give you 20 points. That's actually
on any given night, they can give you 20 points. On any given night, they can give you 10 rebounds. On any given night, they can give you 12 assists, which is probably likely. On any given night, they might give you a couple blocks, and on any given night, they're going to give you 3 steals. So that's what I'm saying. And on any given night, they're more than likely going to lead you to a win. Those are the point guards I want. I don't care about the Chris Pauls of this world that are going to come out here and give me 20. 25.
Don't talk about Chris Paul. Now you're gassing.
Who does all of that stuff you just
Chris
said?
Paul literally does all of that, and he's
I'm going straight to Chris Paul.
Pick somebody else.
I'm going straight to Chris Paul. I'm going straight to Chris Paul. I'm going straight to Chris Paul. You know why I'm going straight to Chris Paul?
Chris Paul though, he can do all those things.
He does everything Jason Kidd can do, literally everything. But he can score. He could score.
He could do.
He could pass. He could defend, and he's a much.
He just can't win. That's all. He just can't win.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, dude! What?
Jason Kidd didn't win in his prime.
He was a role player.
Rondo won with fucking Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, and KG.
He still
won in their prime.
When Rondo got better, the better Rondo got, the worse offense. The better Rondo got, the worse offense got, bro.
He got a ring. Ray John got a ring.
You give
Chris Paul don't got no ring.
You give CP3 an older age to rely on the Dirk Nowitzki playing at an all-time level. He'll win too.
Ray John got two.
That's so disrespectful.
Ray John got
one.
Hey, and Gary Payton, right? Gary Payton got a ring too. Might as well throw Gary Payton in there.
That's a fact. GP got one.
Hey, keep GP out of this. Mustard, keep GP out of this. Hey, look, I kick everybody off this show, and it'll just be me talk about Gary Payton.
Who better than CP? I want to know who. Hold on, Dub. Who is better than CP? Because I don't.
Who is better? Who is CP not better than? Is the real question.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Who is he not better than?
Nobody better than CP.
Man, the only ones I'll accept is Steph and Magic.
I got 10 point guards I'll take over. JD, let me know when I can reel off my list.
Hey,
Ron, we gotta do that same episode. You get your CP list. I got my
the James Harden list. How's that list coming along, by the way?
I really got about 15 point guards I'll take over Chris Paul.
Oh my! Y'all gassing,
crazy. That's not crazy.
So disrespectful.
Not crazy.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Mars. This is why I say. This is why the old head shit be pissing me off, bro. Y'all harp on this winning shit, right? All the point guards in NBA history, there's only 3 point guards that won as a premier guy of their team. That's it. Everybody else is off their game.
They still contributed to winning. You don't have to be the top
and
guy on the team.
CP3 been contributing to winning his whole damn
career. So that means Isaiah Thomas
he got talking about. He damn near beat the greatest team. The greatest team of all time.
Y'all think Steve Nash got this many?
Okay.
Steve Nash got this many. CP
out of everybody, out of all the guys in NBA history as a point guard who didn't win the ring as a premier guy, Chris Paul damn near beat the fucking Golden State Warriors, and he got hurt. He took that team to Game 7.
When you say damn near beat, that means
and Draymond Green. He brought those guys to Game 7.
Get hurt.
And when he gets hurt, what they do, they lose both those games, showing the impact that he has, bro.
I will say his health is a big issue.
I'm saying, no, Dub. All I'm saying is that when you
I don't know if they was gonna beat the Warriors,
that means that they lost.
Anyway,
did you expect them?
They still was gonna beat the Warriors.
Did you think that they were gonna be up 3-2?
They lost.
I mean, it was all good.
You didn't, right? So why can't we say they had a very good chance of winning?
They could have won. They could have won. They definitely could have won.
Come on, man.
Ron, I'm trying to hear this list.
I don't have it fully constructed, but it's about 4 point guards right now. Right now in the league, right now that I'll take over Chris Paul. Prime Chris Paul.
Oh my God.
Okay, I want to hear that. But hold on. That's not crazy. Ron, you have homework because
how many, Ron?
I can easily go 15. I think
it's 25.
I think it's about
if you can easily go 15, then drop the 15.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
I don't have him right now. I mean, I can look, but I got to be off the show in about 15 minutes. But I'll be back.
Ron, what you have to do is you need to do what Bobby's doing, and you need to construct this list, and then when you're ready to present it, because Bobby keeps remembering names and adding to his list. When you're ready to present it, we'll present it. But can you please at least give us the 4 current point guards that you have over CP
Ron, don't
all
duck
time?
Right now. Doc, don't duck right now, Ron. You better pull out every list you freaking got, man. You want to talk all this hot shit. Pull it up. Pull it up, Ron. Don't duck the smoke.
4 currently? All right,
how many did you say, JD?
I said 15.
Oh, currently
you can take this back now. You can take it back. You know, there's not 4 currently.
I'll say 3 right now currently that I'll definitively take over Chris Paul.
Steph,
I wasn't even gonna say Trae Young, but now I definitely got 4.
Oh man,
Yuck.
Luka, Trae Young.
No,
and give me,
Ron.
And give me. I want Trae
take
Young.
Ron, that's a bad one though.
Why is it bad? I want Trae Young. I want Trae Young. I want Trae Young's 28.
You were fine.
Oh no! Now I'm like Dub. Now I'm like Dub. I value scoring over everything, so I want Trae Young's 28 points per game.
Now you value scoring.
Trae Young's 28 points per game, and I value playmaking. I want 10 assists.
Ron, take De'Aaron too.
And you know, as a matter of fact, I love step back threes. I value Trae Young's step back 3 over Chris Paul's, so I'll take Trae Young over Cliff Paul. Okay, and then fourth, and I don't want to hear nothing out of this. I want Dame Dollar.
Over a prime CP3?
Over a prime CP3, I want Dame Dollar. He led his team. He led his team. I don't know. Whatever you think prime Dame Dollar is. Yeah. Oh, that's 5. That's 5. That's 5.
Who was the fifth?
Kyrie.
Yeah, y'all smoking on that.
Y'all on that vibe.
You on that Zaza?
Surprised you didn't say
Zaza Pachulia.
Ron, I like that list.
Whoa,
I'm gonna go ahead and add to it.
I forgot Russell Westbrook. That's 6 right there. Don't
not right now.
I mean Westbrook. I disagree, but that's better than Dame and Trae. I'll say that.
What do you mean?
Yeah, but way better. But
I disagree, but I don't think that's a bad take. I don't think that's a bad take.
Come on,
Westbrook
let me pull up
right now.
Let me pull up Dame.
I thought Ron was going to say Tyrese Halliburton.
All this talk about a point guard doing his job and making the people around him better. That's exactly what CP3 does. He's been doing that for his whole entire career. By your logic, not mine. By your logic, that's what he's been doing for his whole career. Lob City was a thing because of him. DeAndre Jordan got a bag because of him.
He made DeAndre Jordan.
Hold on.
He made DeAndre Jordan.
Clint Capella got a bag because of him. Let's not forget that, bro. Nah, not James.
Hey, well, look. I like that list that Ron just made, and I'm gonna add Ja and De'Aaron to it too.
All time.
Aaron Fox.
Bob, we're talking about all time, Bobby.
I don't care what we're talking about.
They just named the name.
Give me Ja and De'Aaron.
If I project with some of these younger guys, I think they'll have better careers than Chris Paul.
Yeah, come on, bro.
Here's the thing, though. I think a couple of them guys is gonna get championships too. So when you put that in there, that catapults
right now. There's no way the Kings will ever win a
John Wall.
Forgot
about John Wall.
Get the chip.
I'm not putting John Wall in there. Like I said, that's 6 point guards right there.
Ron, you forgot Jose Alvarado.
Hey, Jose Alvarado be fucking Chris Paul up.
That is disgusting, Ron. And now all the super chats are flying in.
They're just going crazy.
Bossman Johnson said, "Why y'all act like the whole season was in the bubble?"
I agree. In the bubble, it don't count. It don't count.
I agree.
It don't count.
Assist asked if we hit his super chat. If you only sent 2 super chats, including this as being the second one, we definitely got to your super chats. So we don't miss super chats over here. Jay Saucy. Yeah, Ron, you're being nasty. That 15 minutes you got left, just leave now, bro. CP3 easily a top 5, top 3 in the league now.
Ron not
top
serious.
3 in the league now? Like
no,
right now, or he's just top 3 of everybody.
I want to say that he's saying that he's top 3 in the league right now, but which I fully disagree with.
Me too.
Like when Ron was saying he could name 15 names, he might be able to name 15 guys that are better than Chris Paul right now.
I don't think he meant it like that. I think he meant if CP3 was in his prime, he would be top 3.
If he was in his prime, I agree he might be top 3 today.
No, you don't,
Ron. Probably 4.
You just disagreed.
You just
said
named
Damian
like
Lillard.
5 current players that are better than him all time. So
what are we doing?
He competed for sure, possibly be top 3. I would probably have him at 4. I would say
keyword
possibly.
That the keyword possibly.
Trae Young. No
way. That's why.
John Vaughn, Ron and Bob are trolls, bro. Kid, GP, and Rondo aren't better than CP3. They had better teams. Never won a chip as number 1. Just say you hate CP3.
I hate CP3.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Like, once again, I always have to break this down. A dude may be more skilled. A dude may be able to score more. That doesn't necessarily mean you are a player that's more conductive to winning. And that's what a point guard's supposed to do. Put your team in a position to win.
I don't know how this doesn't apply to.
But what was Chris Paul
what's
supposed
Chris
to
Paul's
do? Like,
what's Chris
was he
Paul's
not
winning
doing that?
percentage? What's Chris Paul's winning percentage?
Like I just don't get it. Like Chris Paul, even in the playoffs, when they were getting deep into like second round, all that, he played well for the most part. Not gonna say he didn't have moments where he folded. He definitely folded before. But like, what was he supposed to do? Like, none of those teams he was on were gonna get further than they got. And
he was supposed to do what the other point. He was supposed to do what the other point guard on the other team was telling him to do: bend over and touch them ankles, and that's what he did.
What?
What was he supposed to win? What series was he supposed to win that he didn't win?
What did he just say?
Nothing.
Don't worry about it.
I didn't say anything.
Hey.
Oh my god. Sharky HD, CP career average 18 and 9 will get disrespected in 20 years.
Thank you. Yo,
like
so
I'm
supposed to take just like Jason Kidd. Just like that. But you guys don't want to we don't want to put that in a context, do we?
Put what
in context? 18 and 9 is just superior numbers.
I mean, but nobody looks at career averages.
I didn't say anything about it.
I don't look at career averages.
You see how tricky it gets now? Because then when I say Dame's averaging 27 and 7, all of a sudden now it's Ron, you're just looking at stats and this and that. I mean, I'm saying it's a two-way street.
I mean, I look at prime numbers, to be honest. That's what I'll do. I look at like your actual because by that logic, Shaq had great career numbers, but look at his prime numbers and then look at his career numbers. It's like a noticeable dip.
Yeah, it's the gap.
Or Tracy McGrady. Same thing with Tracy McGrady. I don't even think Tracy McGrady is a career 20-point per game scorer, but we all know in his prime, that man was a 30-point per game scorer.
So what's Chris Paul's prime numbers?
Probably like 20 and 9, 8, 19 and 10, something like that.
19 and 10. It's like 19 and 10.
That's not far off from 18 and 9, but I mean, it sounds a little better though.
It's not about the numbers, Ron. Like you just said, you're gonna call me a numbers guy, and then here you go, just reading off numbers. Like, what are we doing? He was a 19 and 10 guy for the majority of his prime.
And also, you gotta remember.
But the difference between him and Jason Kidd or John Stockton, even though he was only 19 points.
Bro.
You want to talk? Wait.
No. When you mention Chris Paul's name, don't mention John Stockton's name in the same sentence. Don't disrespect the guy.
Wait,
Ron.
Wait, Ron.
Come on.
Wait, Ron.
Come on.
Yo, I didn't know that was up for debate, Mustard.
Stockton is not sniffing.
Isn't Stockton a loser too? What are we doing?
Come on, man.
Isn't he a loser as well?
Stockton is just a Karl Malone pick and roll merchant. That's all that man is, bro.
And so what is Chris Paul? A lot merchant? He's a lot merchant?
Chris Paul's not a lot merchant.
Okay, well, hey, look, check it out.
If you go off all the point guards that didn't win, all the point guards that didn't win
the Jazz, I could do what John Stockton was doing. I'll tell you that right now, bro.
If you was on the Clippers, you could do what Chris Paul was doing.
All you gotta do is throw the ball up to the rim.
I thought you had
throw the ball to the top of the basket.
I can do what Stockton was doing. I'll tell you that. I'll do what Stockton was doing.
I thought you had some game, Mustard. You could do what Chris Paul was doing with the Clippers, bro. I got faith in you.
No, I can't. I don't.
Look, if you go off, so what? The point guards that didn't win rings. Let's go off. Let's go. Chris Paul, Steve Nash, John Stockton.
And that's a
Go
Dame,
Russell
Westbrook.
No, they're not retired yet. Well, Chris Paul's
not retired yet.
Might as well be.
Chris Paul's
retired.
He's doing victory laps. He's doing victory laps.
For sure.
It's hard for me to put Chris Paul over John Stockton and Steve Nash. I think they're all in that same.
How is it hard?
Ron, you said out your mouth. You said out your mouth that Jason Kidd could have averaged 20 if he wanted to. CP3 could have averaged 25 if he really wanted to, because he actually had a scoring to his game. He was just clearly a better scorer, but he knew he was being a point guard, put the guys in positions to succeed, played it within the flow of the offense, and make the guys better. That's what he did. CP3, but at the end of the day, you can't deny the fact that CP3 could have averaged more as well. So the point that you use for Jason Kidd, we could simply apply that to Chris Paul as well.
It'd be one thing if y'all talking like Steve Nash, because Steve Nash as well was also a better offensive player.
I think Steve Nash and CP is a good argument. Now that's a good argument, right?
It's not a good argument. Nah, John Stockton needs to get up out of here.
Yes,
Steve Nash. Steve Nash, you feel me? I'm more welcome to that, but I think the defense is just gonna put some more on Steve Nash every time.
Don't forget Darren Williams.
Okay, come on. Okay, Sharon Rada decided to jump off a cliff today. Jokic over Kareem.
How's that cliff?
Next.
How's that, Cliff?
I mean, offensively,
Facts.
No way. No spot on the floor. No way.
Not even offensively.
Offensively,
Y'all
I'm taking
stop.
Jokic. I'm not gonna lie.
Y'all gotta stop reaching, man. Y'all gotta stop reaching. You're gonna hurt yourself.
Kareem's the better
You're
player.
gonna throw your shoulder out.
Man, listen.
You
know why Kareem created the hook shot? Because he was unstoppable.
If you keep reaching,
you're gonna foul out.
Had to change the rules for Kareem.
You said who's blocking that?
Giannis is blocking that today, bro.
Do you know who?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna disrespect.
I like Mustard. I really do like Mustard. I like Mustard a lot.
Because he's regurgitating that bullshit you be spitting.
Y'all telling me Giannis can't block that shot? I'm not saying
nobody can block that shot.
Rudy Gobert and Dwight Howard clamping that shit. I don't care what y'all say.
I'm not gonna say they clamping him, but
they clamping him.
Will Chamberlain literally blocked the shot? We have tape of that.
Giannis the shot can get blocked. Like the shot, any shot can. What do you mean it can't get blocked? It can't get blocked, but they're gonna block it once every now and then.
I agree with that. But dudes can block it now. There are players in the league that can block that. I'm just saying, bro. There are.
So
Kyrie.
Unlike back then where they got like Artis Gilmore and these guys are like
hold on, Mustard.
Willis Reed.
Let's not stop there. Let's not stop there. They wouldn't even allow him to get put in. They'll rip the shit before he'll be able to do the hook shot.
Okay, I'm not gonna disrespect Kareem though.
I'll disrespect him right there.
You've already disrespected
him. They'll rip the shit before.
I won't say he can't score. Kareem would still be cold today. I'm not gonna deny it. But there's
a bully on the block. You got to go back. Sometimes you got to go back and look at it before the dunk rule. Kareem was just a bully. Like he couldn't be stopped.
Hey, listen, back then they was doing drugs to have fun. Nowadays they do drugs to get better at basketball, bro. That shows you the difference in there.
I would love to see somebody bring back the sky hook and just dominate with it.
They can't. You see, they can't.
Victor Wembanyama, start working on it, bro. We got to see it. Riley McKenna. D'Angelo Russell over CP3. Okay. Now
it's not ridiculous to say.
Yes, it is. Jay Saucy. CP3 was the reason OKC, Houston, LA was relevant. Riley McKenna. Jokic is by far a better offensive player than Kareem. The nostalgia bias out here is crazy.
You're right.
How is he a better offensive player than the person that scored the most points of all time?
I mean,
if you want to say Kareem's better because of longevity, that's fine. But when we say Jokic,
no, I'm not. I'm
the most points ever is simply longevity.
I'm talking about peak.
Don't say the most points ever. That means nothing because that's the longevity.
Why?
The most points ever is purely longevity.
I'm talking about.
Most points ever and say it's peak.
And then I said, let's go to peak. We can talk longevity and we can talk peak.
When people say Jokic's best offensive center ever is peaks, purely peaks. It's not longevity. He doesn't have that yet. In my opinion, Jokic's peak is better than Kareem's offensively.
So, so when Kareem was averaging 34 with 5 assists, it doesn't matter. With 5 assists, who is Jokic playing against? Tell me
who's he playing against?
This is one of Tickett's greatest points ever. This is one of Tickett's greatest points ever.
In every era.
This is one of Tickett's greatest points ever. Who's the competition that Jokic has at center?
I'll tell you the comp. I'll tell you.
Who? Joel and
please. We've seen him in the playoffs cook Anthony Davis.
No,
we've seen him cook. We've seen what you said. We haven't.
No.
Yes, we saw that in the bubble. He cooked AD.
AD was. Oh my God.
We've seen him cook Draymond. We've seen him cook Gobert. We've seen
Draymond.
Oh my! Why y'all gotta disrespect Draymond? Like
I'm not disrespecting Draymond. I'm not just. I love Draymond. I big Draymond up every time I get a chance on this show. But we're talking about dudes with the ability to guard you. You can't put a 6'7" Draymond up there. Do you know what Kareem do to Draymond?
Do you know what? Do you know who Kareem was going up against? He was going up against a Wes Unseld. He was 6'7". Dave Cowens was 6'9". Bob McAdoo was 6'9".
And they were
Bob McAdoo could have been boys. Bob McAdoo.
Now keep going.
Now keep going. There was four guys.
Now keep going.
Not only that, half of the best players were in the ABA. Don't forget, dudes were in the ABA at the time.
For 3 years.
They used to
for 6 years. For 6 years.
Okay, well then let's talk about the years where he was playing against NBA competition. Let's talk about
who he played against then. Prime. Right?
Let's talk about we're talking about the centers that we're playing against. Stop moving the goalpost, Mustard. Let's come back to who these players played against.
I don't care who he was.
What competition does Jokic have to stop him? What competition does Jokic have to stop him? You brought up Draymond. What would Kareem do to Draymond? He'll send him back, and he'll be an associate coach under Tom Izzo at Michigan
Draymond
State.
Is not
Stop
one
it.
of the best defensive
But he's not guarding Jokic. But he's not guarding Jokic.
I know some crackheads that'll drop 20 in the league right now.
For sure.
Jokic has Joel Embiid, Anthony Davis when he's healthy, Rudy Gobert. And I mean, I want to put Bam on there, but Bam's 6'9".
I mean, you got other guys. Bam is legit. Bam is one of the best defensive players we've ever seen.
Yeah, but he's once again, like I'm saying, we could put him in there. But then if that's the case, then we got to put.
We can keep going with some of the other bigs as well. You got players like Cat. You got players like.
All right, yo, I really gotta go. Dude said Cat. Come on, dog.
I'm not even saying Cat's great. That's not what I'm not saying Cat's an amazing. Cat is a good player. He's still a good player.
He's a good player. We're talking about defenders. I'm talking about dudes that Jokic really has to, before the game, really lace up his shoes, cross his T's, dot his I's, and say like, yo, I really gotta come and ball today because this dude is gonna bring it all
Malone over here.
You see what I'm saying?
Moses Malone wasn't a great defender. Okay,
I'm talking about on workhorse. You still got to guard him.
Okay, Andre Drummond's
not better than Moses.
We're just saying defenders. I mean, you got guys like
we're just saying names at this point.
And let's wait. Can we stop this? Can we stop this? Because we all know basketball is not a one-on-one game. Like, that's just not what it is. It's not a one-on-one game. So no, that's not happening. There's way more advanced defenses that the centers have to prepare for in today's era than it was in the 70s.
How?
What do you mean how?
No, let me break it down to you. Let me know. This is obviously basketball's never been one-on-one, but let me break down to you just the floor spacing aspect of the 70s versus today. The 3-point line was damn near non-existent in the 70s. So if there's no 3-point line and everybody's spacing around the arc, where's everybody at? By the hoop. So here's what I'm saying. Kareem had to post up in a jungle-infested paint. Jokic, as of right now, he has KFC over there, Jamal Murray over there, Michael Porter over there, and whoever else is out there spacing the floor. And on top of that, I'll give it to Jokic. He was a better passer than he's the best passing center of all time. So with the threat of him to pass out, you have to be on. You have to be honest with your guys. You have to stay closer to those 3-point shooters. On top of that, when Jokic does a pass fake, you're gonna bite on that because he's that good of a passer and that they're that good of shooters. So Jokic doesn't necessarily have the help that we're talking about that Kareem would have.
Let me stop you right there.
Go ahead, stop me.
Let me talk because mention Michael Porter Jr., Jamal Murray, this help that he's had. We just saw last year them still have one of the best offenses in the league without Michael Porter Jr., without Jamal Murray,
and they still had good shooters. And they still had good shooters.
And got packed up.
And they still had good shooters.
Will Barton, that's really it. What Bones?
Will Barton doesn't even look like an NBA
player. So Bones isn't a good shooter?
I mean, I would say Bones was a solid shooter.
He had better shooters than
people were not defending Bones out there like that. He was a rookie. He was not giving them real spacing like that.
And I guarantee they weren't defending Magic Johnson like that. I guarantee they weren't defending Byron Scott like that. Because that's who Kareem had around him.
And it's not just that, but
when he caught the ball,
let me keep going. Hold on, wait, there's more. Hold on. Even if you say,
they weren't doubling him like that,
let's not. They weren't doubling him like that.
Why are we ignoring? Why are we ignoring? Because even if you say Kareem's the better scorer, which I don't even care to argue that, because fine, Kareem can be the better scorer. Jokic is still an elite scorer.
Not even a competition.
Yeah,
Jokic is still an elite scorer. He's still one of the best rebounders in the league. And on top of that, he's one of the greatest playmakers we've ever seen. Arguably the best passer we've ever seen. Okay. So what are we doing here? You're acting like the offense is restricted to only scoring. That's not the case. Jokic, his playmaking, his ability to find guys. If you just put Jokic around mid offensive players, he's still going to generate a top 5 to 10 offense in the league because of him. When he's off the court, they're one of the worst offenses in the NBA. But when he's there, he's one of the best.
So are we turning this into a Kareem versus Jokic debate? Because if we are, I'm just finna deep fry all of y'all before I gotta go.
Offensively,
I mean, the conversation is just Jokic being the best offensive center ever. That's it.
The only argument to me with that is Shaq. Shaq is the better argument to me than Kareem.
Yeah, I just hate the argument of saying that who's Jokic going up against when Kareem Abdul-Jabbar didn't really go up against as much people either, bro. Like,
dude,
you talking about smaller guys? You talking about smaller guys? bro, they was having 6'9" and 6'7" centers at that time in the 70s.
So
that point
what
doesn't make sense.
deal with.
And why is his competition?
So the point, so that shouldn't be a point in your argument if that's what they have now.
And why is their competition limited to just the centers that they face? When you're as a center, you're also responsible for protecting the rim. You're responsible for helping your teammates. If you got to go up against a guy like LeBron, you got to go up against guys like Giannis. You got to go up against guys like Steph, because we all saw Steph cook Jokic last year.
AD.
That should count for something as well.
Kareem a better defender than
100.
I mean,
Kareem's a better player than Jokic. Like no one's arguing.
He's a better player. I would take Kareem
offensively. I think Jokic is.
I see what's going on now. Offensively, they mean passing.
No, I mean offense.
Included with the scoring.
Oh yes, everything on offense. Everything on offense.
Everything
scoring,
on everything.
Passing, playmaking, offensive rebounding.
Scoring? Wait. Scoring?
Yeah.
You said everything on offense.
Yeah, scoring.
So Jokic is a better scorer than Kareem.
No. We already said no.
You said
no. If you're
my bad.
When you add it all together,
yes. Okay. I got you. My bad. I'm sorry.
I'm not gonna hold you though. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm looking at some. No. Have you seen his per 100 possessions stats? I'm not gonna do it. That shit is wild though. Nah, y'all got it. I'm just saying, like that shit is wild. Have you seen it? Have you seen those per 100?
No.
For who?
For Jokic.
All right, Ron.
Nah, we all know Jokic is an advanced stat demon. To be
honest, he's the best player of all time. So
when they started like tracking that, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is like per 100. So that means everybody has 100 possessions. Kareem's is like maxed out at like 32, 33, while Jokic just maxed out at 39. Just wild to me. I didn't expect it was like that.
I mean, Jokic is more efficient as well. Like that's not. Oh, he leave.
I just wanted y'all to know that. That's all.
All right, Angels with the super chat. Stockton equals 10th PG all time. CP3 equals top 5 all time. Double Mars jump off the cliff. Old heads can't keep lying with their nostalgia glasses on too tight.
That's facts.
Mad Max. LMAO. J Kid was leading teams to finals. Rondo at one point was better than CP3. There was games where Rondo was getting like 2017 and 14. Also, Stockton better than CP3. You overrate CP3. Sent a follow-up with that. Said CP3 had Prime, Blake, and Harden. And let's remember, he only made the finals while having a bad postseason run where Booker was carrying the load. CP3 is a modern tiny Archibald. Where nowhere near top 5.
These guys are lying again because in that final series, CP3. In that final series, CP3 in the final series against Giannis, CP3 only had one bad game, and every other game he was performing exactly what CP3 does.
They pulled
it's just Giannis was just a better player than all of those guys combined.
And I just don't get it. How can you give credit to Jason Kidd for that finals run against the worst East that we've ever seen? And then CP, like, you just gonna brush off what he did. Like, that just doesn't make sense.
I don't know how he said Booker was carrying him. Like, but did you not watch the Denver series where Chris Paul was absolutely cooking?
What about last?
Did you not watch the Clippers series where Chris Paul once again played very well? Like, I don't know.
Did you not watch the?
You talking about on that final? Yeah. CP
the Mavericks was 2022. That's not the finals, right?
Yeah, the finals.
Even then, Devin Booker wet the bed too.
Y'all gonna ignore this last year against the Mavericks?
I mean, I'm not judging Chris Paul by his.
I mean, I won't lie. He sold, but every player, we can point out every series for players selling. Yeah. That's not a common thing for Chris Paul. Chris Paul don't always sell.
Even then, I think CP3 is just getting older in age, and age is finally catching up to him. So I'm not going to hold.
Yeah, I think that more is about D-Book, to be honest. But hey.
I think so too. Devin Booker was an embarrassment last season. I don't know how you just sit here and talk all that.
Dudes be brushing. I'm telling you, dudes be brushing D-Book off the rug, bro. They be giving him excuse after excuse.
No, Devin Booker in Game 6 and 7 was fucking terrible. Nobody talked about it. I don't know why. He's supposed to be the best player of the team, right?
That's facts.
But CP3, just because people love to hate on CP3, they're just gonna sit here and point the finger on him. It's stupid. It's really
Sharky
stupid.
HD.
And look, this guy Quan Johnson said, "Oh, if you're not that good enough, so retire." What the hell's wrong with you, bro? It's still good to play in the NBA.
Sharky HD. Your favorite players are not safe in 20 years. Get ready. Riley McKenna. His ability to play make already puts him in a tier that Kareem isn't in. Mad Max. CP3 gave up 3-1, 3-2 leads. Like, let's never disrespect Kid and Stockton like that, and let's keep it a bean. Prime Rondo in the postseason, better than CP3. Mr. Avatar Ang, I disappear when it matters most.
That's an elite ending. But it's still cap. John Stockton lost with Karl Malone, who was a better player than him.
Riley McKenna with a super chat. I'll also point out that we've seen Jokic cook Giannis,
Jordan,
who
though.
most people say is the best defensive player in the league. It's about damn time. I need y'all top 5 mid players at each position, bro. That's 25 players. You want everyone to name 25 players?
I love this. I love this. Actually,
bro,
we can each name one mid player from each position. That's 5 of us.
Let's do it. We'll start with point guard. I got CP3.
Let's go.
No. Let's do it seriously. Let's do it seriously.
He is being serious.
No.
He is serious though. He can tell serious.
So go ahead, Dub.
Middleton.
Oh,
start with point guards.
Yeah, start with point guards.
Oh, point guards. I guess I'll do John Stockton.
Oh, I thought we were doing.
All time.
All time. He said all time, right? He said all time, right?
Okay.
Okay, all time. Okay, now I have to think a little bit.
I mean, he didn't clarify, but yeah.
Oh, Bob Cousy.
Wait, he said I need y'all top 5.
That's trash.
No, wait, stop. He said I need y'all top 5 mid players at each position.
Yes, that's why we're starting with point guards.
Oh shit. Okay.
Nah, Bob Cousy is
Bob
just trash.
Bob Cousy.
Nah, that's trash. That's not mid.
That's just like that was just too good. Bob Cousy
is not a good player.
That's the trump card. So
that's good. Keddy, who you got mid point guard all time?
Mo Cheeks. Maurice Cheeks.
Mustard.
That's a tough one. At point guard, I'm gonna go. Nigga, people may not know about this. I'm gonna go Raymond Felton, bro. Prime Raymond Felton.
No, not Raymond Felton.
Damn, you're giving him that D'Antoni.
The 2K God?
Hey, Raymond Felton, for a while, he was him. New York and in
I don't remember that.
Not the 2K God, bro. You can't do it like that, bro.
Hey, listen, man. Raymond Felton can't be on this list.
Oh, so we can't. When y'all say mid, what are y'all talking about then? I mean,
Raymond Felton, yeah.
Nah, that's just like
easy, man.
Dub, shooting guards.
Reggie Miller.
Of course.
That's disrespectful. Chill out.
Mid shooting guard.
That's a hard one though.
If you have it, just name it.
Yeah, that's tough.
I thought this. Are we doing this like as real thing or just slandering people? Because
no, he wanted our.
I'm genuine. I'm trying to name people who I genuinely think are just mid, like because I don't.
James Harden.
Oh my god.
See, me and Bobby on the same page.
I mean,
where we're at.
I'll say DeMar DeRozan when he was a 2 guard. DeMar DeRozan is mid.
Fire.
2 guard. Let me think, man.
Joe Johnson.
Who said Ice Hole Joe?
Joe's a good one.
Jerry Stackhouse?
Jerry Stackhouse is mid. Jerry Stackhouse is
crazy.
Definitely.
Jerry Stackhouse is mid.
But wasn't Jerry
but don't you at least had to be like some type of star?
Yeah, I don't want to name genuinely mid.
Yeah, I don't want to name
well, he asked for the top 5
mid people. So
we're not naming
Like, I'm trying to name like people who are considered like goods. But
overrated people is actually what we're just doing.
So I didn't want to go fully overrated and say AI, so I just went with
that's overrated. I'm doing this overrated basically.
Oh, then AI.
No. You know he's not mid.
We're not gonna get.
Yeah, DeMar DeRozan.
Sorry, it's about damn time. There's no way we're getting through this.
No. We got it.
OJ Mayo's a good one. No cap.
You got OJ? You picking OJ?
I might go OJ Mayo.
Damn. All right, Kenny, who you got?
You're muted.
Actually, I take it back. I don't want OJ. I'm gonna take Tyreek Evans. That's what I'm gonna take.
Kenny, you're muted.
Break a Kings fan's heart.
Yeah. Poor Bobby.
Is
he saying something right now?
No, he's still muted. I don't know what's going on.
Can't hear you, Kenny.
Want to do small forward?
Go ahead, Dub.
Oh yeah, Middleton.
God.
Yeah.
Disrespect.
Just facts.
James Worthy's mid.
Wow. That's a
Road to finals.
Damn,
on Magic as well. James Worthy's mid.
Shit.
Oh, Scottie Pippen's mid too. Jesus.
Chandler
Parsons. All right, bro. All right.
True.
Am I still muted?
Yeah, you're good. You're good now.
I'm good.
Someone said Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
We're at the small forwards.
Yeah, that was about to come out. Kobe.
That's
Look, yeah, start a whole.
You said who?
Here. Look, look at him. Look.
You said Kobe?
He said somebody said Kobe.
Are we at shooting guards or
small forward?
Jay Saucy said, "Cut it out, guys. AI is mid, not even top 50 all time."
All right, let's chill out. Come on now.
He ain't in my top 50.
You nasty.
He's not.
That's nasty. That's nasty. Come on.
Yeah, but I rank like the 60s guys.
See, I told you we're not gonna get through this.
Oh man, them 60s dudes do not belong.
Let him go. Let him go,
Mars.
Just let him go.
Oh, I could go.
I don't even have a 50 name list.
Unless you're talking about like the obvious ones. But nah, let him go.
I don't even want Wilton Bill near any list that I make.
He already picked Bob Cousy.
What's the small forward? We got Middleton. We got.
I said James Worthy.
James Worthy.
Paul George.
Andrew Wiggins.
Wow.
Yeah, he been getting a little bit too much.
I was hoping for a Scottie Pippen. That's sad.
I knew you wanted Scottie.
Mid power forwards.
Power forwards.
I'm gonna go Julius Randle. That's what I'm gonna go with.
Oh well, that's facts. That's facts.
That's a great one.
Though.
We'll go with No. Mid power forwards.
Oh, I didn't even know we did small forwards. My small forward gonna be Rudy Gay then.
Elton Brand.
Not Rudy Gay. Not Rudy Gay.
Yeah, people aren't gonna like this one. Jermaine O'Neal was mid.
No, he wasn't.
Jermaine O'Neal was.
Oh, he was a center.
He was a center, and he was not mid.
Jermaine O'Neal was mid.
He's not mid. That's not true.
He's mid.
Give me Jerry.
Not as good as people say.
Give me
He
Jerry
was
Luke.
very good.
Not as good as people say.
At the
What do
power
people
forward,
say?
at the
Power
power
forward,
forward,
right?
give me Draymond.
Oh, that's disrespectful. Come on.
No, Draymond Green in the mid thing. That's fair.
Give me Jerry Lucas.
He hurt me. Jerry Lucas. I knew you was gonna come out. What's dude's name? What's that dude, man? Billy Cunningham. Dude played for the Sixers, man. Wasn't he the power forward?
I think it was
Or was
Billy
he the
Cunningham.
small?
Power forward for the Sixers.
Yeah.
Right
in
now?
the 80s.
It was a small forward and power forward. It was in the 70s, though.
Yeah, he a Hall of Famer though, ain't he? Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
Right.
Everybody from them weak eras is in the Hall of Fame.
And he was 6'6". He was 6'6", but the league was so tall, big at that time.
Trash.
All right, I want to get through this. Alex Campbell, if y'all don't have
centers, we got centers.
No,
We
bro.
got power
You're
forward.
taking
We need
way
centers.
too long.
Where's
Oh my
Unseld? Where's
God, you guys are
Unseld?
just sitting here.
Boss, you got West
Where's
wedgies.
Unseld?
Al Jefferson.
Ben Wallace.
Quick.
Ben Wallace. That's what I want to say. Ben Wallace. He did not ever lock up Shaquille O'Neal, bro. He got torched by him every time, bro. Ben Wallace.
And that makes you mid?
Yeah, because
Well, people seem to say that he looked
Ben
up
was
to
him.
Shaq.
Come on now, that's
Ben
disrespectful.
was him. But you know what? You don't know.
Ben
You don't know.
him.
You
Ben
don't know.
was him, though.
I
Don't
don't think you know.
disrespect.
I don't think you know.
No, he definitely doesn't know. He
You
doesn't.
don't know.
He couldn't score though. That's another thing. That dude cannot score.
He never locked up Shaquille O'Neal, man.
Mini Waller.
Oh,
I agree with
Andre
that, though.
Drummond. Andre Drummond is he's mid. Andre
Drummond's a good one.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go Vucevic. That's what I'm gonna go with.
Yeah,
Because
Vucevic.
I hate
Alright.
that dude.
Alex Campbell, if y'all don't have Bam over Sabonis, you're insane. His defense is in a different
You're
galaxy.
right, Alex. You're right. They are
He is
insane.
right.
Bob, you
They-
taking that?
Yep.
Bobby.
He's no words. Kobe Montana, Scoot Henderson would have been the #1 overall pick in the last 3 drafts. Fact or fiction?
He's not going over. Well, he might go over Cade actually.
He's probably a better prospect than Cade now, looking at it. So maybe, yeah. Because let's be real, Cade and
Who was the
who was the other guy? It
last
was Mobley
three
and
number one
Anthony Edwards, Cade, and Paolo.
no. But you got to look at who they were compared to, right? Ant, he's easily going #1.
He might have got picked over Ant though.
Yeah, he would have got picked over Ant. And then Cade was who? Mobley and Jalen Green. So he would have got number 1 in that draft too, I think.
You might have.
Yeah, probably.
Jay Saucy, how is he not? He was a high volume shooter, low efficiency, and a terrible defender. I think people only liked him because his handles were cute.
Well, talking about Allen Iverson. Oh my God. This Allen Iverson debacle is just
a lot of people
ways.
That era was a lot of people was low efficiency.
Listen, I need y'all to listen. Mars, you and Lo asked a question. You said, who was shooting on that such low efficiency and that high volume, right?
Mm-hmm.
Name me the floor spacers on Allen Iverson's team, and then name me the floor spacers on Tracy McGrady's, and then Vince Carter's.
Okay, so when you're saying Allen Iverson's team, just want to make sure we're simply talking about 2001, right? The early year of Allen Iverson's career.
No. You could look up. You
started off from the beginning.
You can see 2002.
Yeah, Allen Iverson's career is just 2001.
I checked it.
I'm not saying AI had great floor spacing, and I expected him to be some crazy efficient scorer. Mm-hmm. The fact, like when I say AI in his time was still less efficient than everyone else in the most inefficient era of basketball. Being the least efficient in the least efficient time, that means something to me. Like it's not like he was average efficiency. He was negative damn near every year of his career.
I feel you, but when I sit here and see that he was one of the, on top of being in one of the worst efficiency eras of all time, his team was one of the worst floor spacing teams in that era as well. I think their best 3-point shooter was Allen Iverson. I think their best 3-point shooter was Allen Iverson. That is sad.
Maybe.
That is sad. So you rely on.
You also got to look at the fact that Allen Iverson, when he had offensive pieces, he didn't want to play with those type of guys. He asked for those type of guys to be moved. He didn't want to be playing with these offensive weapons. And then they tried to use him as a point guard where he could be a main ball handler, facilitator. That didn't work because Allen Iverson wanted to take all the shots. So then Larry Brown made him an off-ball player. So all these stuff about he didn't have help, he didn't have pieces. When he had guys like Jerry Stackhouse on his team, who was mid. Jerry Stackhouse was on his team. Mm-hmm. Who else did he have? I think he had Derek Coleman on his team.
It was mid.
Yeah, he's still mid, but he's an offensive piece. He's an offensive weapon. True or false, he is.
What was his 3-point thing?
I don't know Jerry Stackhouse.
How long did Jerry Stackhouse play with Ireland?
I don't think
not long, because AI didn't like these offensive pieces around him. He asked for a lot of people to be moved. He wanted to be the main guy on the team. They used him as a traditional point guard. That didn't work because he wasn't a very good playmaker or passer. So then they had to use him more in an off.
He's a good passer.
He could pass.
He was okay. He wasn't very willing. I'll say that he wasn't very willing. But then they used him more in an off-ball role where he could thrive and take all the shots. So this point of he didn't have the help. When he had the help, he didn't want the help on his team. He wanted to be moved.
No, that wasn't my question. That wasn't my question to you. That wasn't my question.
So why are you going to say what help did he have when he wanted the help gone?
I said floor spacers. I said who on his team?
He didn't have great floor spacing.
So that's the point.
Not many teams in that time had great floor spacing.
Compared to Allen Iverson.
What great floor spacing do you think?
No, I got you.
Great floor spacing.
Let's look up because you brought up Tracy McGrady, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. I'm double checking right now because I know Tracy
McGrady. Broken record episode. We've literally talked about every single topic.
When I remember those Magic teams, it's like you got what? Mike Miller.
Mm-hmm. Darryl Armstrong. He was a floor spacer.
I mean, T-Mac was not that efficient himself, though. To be fair,
he wasn't a negative efficient.
Nobody was.
But that's the point.
He wasn't a negative.
That's the point I'm saying.
Allen
Iverson
was
below 5'11".
I highly. Let me check.
I think T-Mac was still below average for that era as well.
T-Mac was below. T-Mac wasn't that good
efficient. In his prime, T-Mac in Orlando was consistently a positive. And then in the play, you got 01. He was, I'll say neutral 01. It was 0.3. So
I'm about to say, if it's positive, he's on the border.
02 is 1%. That's positive. 03, his best year, 4%. That's good.
Okay. That's good.
04, 1%, but they didn't make the playoffs. And then
sometimes you had to be there, man. That Allen Iverson.
Hey, Mark, so I'm going to read
you off. AI was nice. He just wasn't better than James Harden.
I'm going to read you off in 2001.
This James Harden debate again.
That's all it was. Like, people think I hate AI. I'm comparing him to James Harden.
No. The only thing I'm mad at you about, you said word for word, oh, if you're gonna keep taking bad shots, I'm gonna penalize you for taking those bad shots. You're just taking bad shots. Find a different shot. The point I'm saying is when you're in a situation like that, you have no choice but to live with those shots. In the 2000s, it wasn't no dribble. I'm finding the best shot. No, you had to take what the defense was giving you, especially in the 2000s.
Yeah, and AI wasn't good enough to do that.
And hold on, wait. And no, on the Sixers team with damn near Tracy McGrady had Darrell Armstrong, who attempted 5 threes a game and shot 35%. He had Mike Miller, who was 4 threes a game, shot 40%. Even Pat Garrity off the bench shot 43% and attempted 3 threes a game. Allen Iverson never had that benefit on his team. The other guy he had to rely on was Aaron fucking McKee, who was only like a 31 or 32% three-point shooter, bro. So in a situation like that, bro, you have no choice. The coach is like, you know what, bro? Go make something happen because there's nothing on that team. There's nobody on that team.
That's fine. And AI wasn't good enough for that to work. That's what I'm saying.
Not a lot of people making that work.
But the thing was,
people praise AI for doing that. That's my problem. People praise AI for doing that. He was in a bad situation and he didn't make it great. Like, why are you praising him for that?
Y'all are shitting on AI's teammates, but like those teammates were there to cover how bad he was on defense as well. Like Allen Iverson's defense was not good. He was not a good defender. He could get steals off the ball. He was good at getting in passing lanes and everything like that. But overall, he was a negative on defense. Like, I wouldn't say a liability, but he was teetering on that liability tier.
He wasn't a good defender. I agree with you on that.
And all the other guys, say what you want, they played. Go look at those games. Even when they made the finals, those were not high scoring games. They won because their defense was very good. Mutombo, Hill, Eric Snow, McKee, all of them, they all played their roles very well on defense.
So Mustard, I agree with you because I don't sit here and be like, oh, he made the finals, you feel me? So I'm gonna hold him to this standard. And that's what a lot of people do, where I could sit here and understand Mars on why he says the points he does. But when you are coming at a guy for his efficiency and not acknowledging how bad his team was into making it easier for him to be efficient, I'm not gonna hold that against to the extent. If I personally believe it, AI played in today's era, he would go bananas, and his efficiency will probably be through the roof because nobody's checking.
I don't know about through the roof.
I'm not gonna hold you, bro.
It'd be better.
He'll be above league average. He'll be above league average. He'll be above league average. That's what I'm saying. So I just can't harp on this whole efficiency talk with AI and just crucifying him for it. That's all that I'm saying.
No, that's fair.
If you're negative for your whole career, I'm gonna talk about it. I'm sorry.
Yo, if you first of all, shout out to everyone who's been tapped in live for the last hour and 40 minutes. There's 533 of y'all on here. If you have not paid the entry fee, make sure you pay that. That is a like and subscribe. Hit that like button. And if you're not subscribed to the Players Choice YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe right now. Also, YouTube All-Star members, this is a reminder, if you are a YouTube All-Star or you want to become a YouTube All-Star member of the Players Choice channel, you get priority access to the private Discord channel where you can join the shows like Ask Elder, Ticket vs. World, Open Gym. So you get priority access to those. You get the link first before it gets sent out into the public chat. So make sure you go check that out if you are interested in something like that. And shout out to our sponsor of today's show, that is Lucra. If you have not downloaded the Lucra app, make sure you download that Lucra app and use code PlayersChoice at signup. All right, William Lucas said, sent a super chat, Draymond Green is Magic Johnson with better defense. Mars.
Facts.
Quoting Mars. Come on, Alex Campbell, stop saying it wasn't their job to justify a player not being good at something. If you have the ability, they will use it if you're good at it.
I agree.
That's facts. Thank you.
Christopher D, is LeBron a top 3 Game 7 performer in NBA history?
Top 3.
Top 1. Top 1.
You guys just know the best Game 7 performance in NBA history off the top of your head.
I know LeBron's the best.
Why is he better than Bill Russell in Bill Russell in Game 7s?
Because LeBron actually played against guys that were actually real NBA players. That's why.
They were in the NBA. They were in the NBA.
Who? Like who?
They were in the NBA. Every player on the roster in the 60s was in the NBA. They were in the National Basketball.
That's not the NBA I know. I'll tell you that right now. That's a bad league.
They were in the NBA.
Bill Russell played against a 9-team league. A 9-team league.
They were in the NBA. They were in
a 9-team league.
Okay.
The level of competition that Bill Russell had, it's not the same. The teams that he faced.
I'm talking about the numbers.
we could look at the statistics alone.
Put LeBron back then.
Game sevens.
What's LeBron's numbers in game sevens?
I know it's like 34.
Let me look it up. Let me look at LeBron's game.
I mean, you could look it up. I know it's
look up Bill Russell's game. Mars, are you serious? We really having
15 and
yeah. I don't get why Bill Russell is in the greatest game 7 player of all time.
Bill Russell averaged 11 points. Them boys had a squad.
Bill Russell's not an offensive player.
LeBron's game 7s averages 35, 10, and 6 in 8 games on.
What's his record? What's his record?
49%. Hold on, I'm about to see.
Yo, when y'all say that guys were plumbers and other things, y'all do know that guys had other jobs just because it wasn't as lucrative as it is today to be in the NBA. Like,
yeah, it's fine. I can't wait.
Y'all know that I got.
I can't wait for people to.
I don't know what you said. You cut out.
Yeah, you did cut out.
I said, yeah, that don't got nothing to do with ability.
Yeah, it wasn't the money.
There wasn't the TV money that there is today. So guys had other jobs like that's.
I know that, but
that's more money. Like that is such a corny statement. Like some, you know, because there's WNBA players that are lawyers during the off season and shit like that. Like it's not because they're not good basketball players. It's because they don't have that much. You know, there's not that much money like there is today. Y'all realize like before y'all was watching the NBA, it wasn't always as publicized as it is today. Like there wasn't these big, huge TV deals.
Oh no,
guys weren't getting $1 million contracts for not doing shit yet. It was
because they sucked. That's why.
I'm lost, good. Bro. You're not even logical, bro. I'm not.
The league was not good. It was not a marketable league.
It was just. It was
literally once all the, not trying to be mean, but once all the black players started coming in the league, Bob Cousy started fading out.
They still weren't making those.
Bill Russell was one of the black players.
Yeah, no, I give Bill Russell his prop. Bill Russell was prop, but Bill Russell wasn't facing cold black players every night. Tell me who he was facing. Tell me who.
Will Chamberlain.
You don't know no white boys.
Oscar Robertson had melanin last I checked.
You don't know no white boys that got game.
Jerry West was nice.
It was
Elgin Baylor had melanin.
Tell me that
Elgin Baylor had
majority white. That's a good league.
You don't know. So you don't know no white boys that got game.
I mean, Jerry West had game.
I've been in AAU tournaments and deep in playoff runs and stuff. And when you play them white teams, that's not dribbling all over, trying to be fancy and shit, they'll bust your ass.
They got better team game.
Y'all crazy? Don't fall.
We're talking about the 60s. We're not talking about 2023.
I don't care if we talking about the 20s. Don't go for that. Like that shit. I know that shit sounds good and it's funny for TikTok, but
they're not good. They're not good.
Dumb.
They're not good.
Yeah,
so Bob Cousy's a good player.
I see. Don't know what you're talking about.
Is Bob Cousy a good player?
Mid. Bob Cousy's mid.
Bob Cousy's bad. No,
yeah, that's fine. Bob Cousy's bad. Bob Cousy was Bill Russell's starting point guard, and he won rings with him.
And guess what?
Bill Russell won rings with him, and he's bad. Bill Russell won rings with him, and he's bad.
Bob Cousy was the starting point guard. Guess why? That's why they had a bad offense back then. They were not winning.
And what was their defense? And what was their defense? And who led that?
Defense.
And who led that? And who led that?
Who was it? It was Bill Russell.
Okay, and was Bill Russell playing defense in those game sevens?
I'm not.
Was he playing defense in those game sevens? Was he playing defense in those game sevens?
I am on your
side.
That's
fine. Was he playing defense in those game sevens?
He was. Yes.
Okay, so why is he not a better game 7 player than LeBron?
Because LeBron still faced better competition than him.
I'm not talking about the competition. I'm talking about how well they both played, not about who they played. How well they both played.
LeBron played defense in game 7 too.
I'm not talking about them. I don't know what Bill Russell averaged in game 7s. I don't care about the numbers in the 60s. I'm just saying, if Bill Russell was that great defensively, like you said, like we all know, leading the best defenses of all time, beating teams in game 7s, I don't think he ever lost in a game 7, playing the best defense ever in game 7s. Why is he not the greatest game 7 player of all time?
9 Hall of Famers on the squad.
Name the Hall of Famers.
I don't mind.
Name the Hall of Famers he had.
I can name them. Sam Jones, Casey Jones, John Havlicek, Bob Cousy,
Casey Jones,
Tommy Heinsohn. Like, come on, man.
How good was Casey Jones? How good was Casey Jones?
You don't know nothing.
How good was Casey Jones? How good was Casey Jones? How good was Casey Jones?
Casey Jones was not good.
What you mean? They was good. They was good.
How good was Casey Jones? How good was Casey Jones?
Sam Jones?
Sam Jones was great. Sam Jones was great.
How good was John Havlicek?
John Havlicek was great. He hit his peak after Bill Russell. He was at his best post Bill Russell. True or false? He was at his best post Bill Russell. True or false?
That's what I'm saying. Was Bill Russell?
Was he at his best before or after Bill Russell?
listen.
I mean, during or after Bill Russell?
Did Bill Russell play offense and defense like LeBron had to in
he did.
multiple game sevens?
He did do that though.
LeBron was
LeBron
was playing defense in those game sevens in 2018.
Yeah, but you know LeBron been playing since 2003, so we got.
We're talking about all his game sevens. We're talking about all his game sevens. We're talking about all his game sevens.
Yeah, here's Bill Russell's game
2016. Bron ain't played defense in that game.
Bill Russell's game 7 stats.
Game 7. The 3-1 comeback, the most legendary comeback. LeBron played. Did he play in that game 7? Did he play defense?
LeBron played good defense in that game. I'm gonna say 2018 when he played 2 game 7.
What about offense in that series?
Yeah, LeBron played offense. No one's doubting that.
Okay, that's
no one's doubting that. No one's doubting that. Bill Russell also played offense. And he played the best defense ever.
What was Bill Russell?
And he played the best defense ever.
Tell me Bill Russell.
Well, Mars, I just don't get it.
I don't know what he averaged in game 7s. I don't know.
Well, how you got a opinion?
I have it right here. I have it.
Mustard has it.
I have it. His game 7s.
You can't have an opinion on something with nothing to back it up, though.
Hold on,
I'm talking about Bill Russell playing the best defense of all time in game 7s and never
Bill Russell's
game
7s. His game 7, 19 points a game, 29 rebounds. And 4th assists on 45% shooting from the field.
So 19 points and 29 rebounds.
19, 29, and 4.
While never losing and playing the best defense of all time, but all of a sudden I can't say that's the best.
See, here's the thing though, Mars. I have no problem with you thinking that
he didn't average 20 rebounds back then.
I have no problem with you thinking that
30 people averaged 20 rebounds.
Okay, I don't know about 30, but
there was 8 teams, so now you're saying 4 people on every team averaging 30 rebounds.
People was getting 20 rebounds. He wasn't. Julius Erving averaged 20 rebounds. I just don't get it,
Mars.
Julius Erving played 10 years after Bill Russell.
You know what I'm saying? Back at the
Mars, hold up, Mars. I have no problem if you think Bill Russell is the best game 7 performer, but you cannot ignore the context of who they play. If LeBron is playing against some of the greatest defenses and players that we've ever seen, he faced look at the game 7s. The 06 Pistons, the 2008 Celtics, the 2012 Celtics, Indiana, that's that. But San Antonio in 2013, Golden State, a 73-9 team. Like Boston in 2018, one of the best defenses in the league. Like this is better competition. And in some of these, he's not even the favorites in these series. And like we know the level of competition is better. Like some of these series, I think back then you only had to win 3 games to win that was in the first round, right?
It was like that until like 2000. It was like that.
No, I'm saying the first round. In the first round,
yeah, it was like that until like 2003. That's not just the old.
That's what I'm saying. Bill Russell didn't have to go through some 7-game series in the first round because the rules. The league was just so different back then. Back then they didn't even have goaltending.
Was Bill?
But
was he ever the underdog?
All time? Then is he in your top 5?
If I choose to rank those guys, yes, Bill Russell's in my top 5.
Okay, and that's fair. If you're that consistent, then that's fine.
Yes.
But you have to also understand some people are going to value the level of competition over that. Because by the logic, I assume Wilt Chamberlain's in your top 10 too, huh?
Yeah, he's in my top 10.
Okay,
when I choose to rank him, yes.
So the level of competition doesn't bother you as much.
When I'm ranking players, if I'm trying to be objective, it would make sense to rank you relative to the time you played. I can't just try to transport Bill Russell 6 years.
So Bill got to be the GOAT then, right? He got to be in your top.
No, he's not the GOAT. He's 4th, I think. 4th.
Why isn't he the GOAT?
Because I think LeBron James is the GOAT. I think Michael Jordan is 2nd. I think Kareem is 3rd, and I think Bill Russell is 4th.
I assume it's the scoring gap between them then, right?
I think all of them being clearly better offensively is a very
prowess.
Yes, I think.
Why doesn't that apply to like Shaq? Why doesn't that apply to Shaq?
Because for me, the reason I don't have Shaq as high is because his longevity isn't as high as the other guys. When I'm doing my peak list, Shaq is
Bill Russell only played about the same amount of years as Shaq.
I agree with.
Yeah, and the issue is when I'm doing longevity, the era you play in, like I said, is relevant. 12 years in the 60s isn't the same as playing 12 years in the 2010s. There's differences. It's not the same thing. Bill Russell had elite longevity for his time. 12 years is elite longevity for that time. 12 years in the 2000s isn't as elite longevity. So that's the reason. But Shaq is literally right behind Bill Russell. Bill Russell's 4, Shaq's 5. Literally.
Okay, that's fine.
All right,
that's fair.
Christopher D.
I just want to know, were those guys plumbers? Yes or no?
Oh yeah, they were trash.
No, not trash. Were they plumbers? Bobby? They were plumbers, right?
Some of them might have been plumbers.
They said Jordan played against
some of them
dude
were
was a plumber.
though.
So, I don't know what jobs they had, but they were trash at basketball.
Said the dude Jordan played with was a plumber. Literally.
It's just a yes or no question. I just want to know.
Yeah, they were plumbers. They were trash. Terrible basketball players.
Christopher D. Dub, got smoke for you. 2018 Trailblazers ain't beating the 2018 Cavs in a 7-game series. No chance. A third seed that has won 49 games, got swept in the first round to the Pelicans without Cousins.
This doesn't make sense because the Indiana Pacers, we could all sit here and acknowledge that nobody thought that they was going to go to Game 7 with the Indiana Pacers. So in my estimation, if a team with a better player and a better team as a whole, it faces that LeBron James Cleveland Cavaliers team, I would expect them to beat them. Just because they lost to the Pelicans doesn't negate that point. The Portland Trailblazers were a better team than the Indiana Pacers were that year.
They was better than the Celtics?
Without Kyrie?
Without him?
Yeah,
we're talking about the Pacers team that has Sabonis and Oladipo, right?
Yeah, Oladipo.
Sabonis
that was still a good Pacers team, though. They were
be good, but the Portland Trailblazers team was better. So if that Portland Trailblazers team faces LeBron James, I think the Portland Trailblazers handles them.
So was the Boston Celtics without Kyrie that year better than the Portland Trailblazers?
Probably not to me.
I mean, the Celtics were better without Kyrie.
So. Yes, they was. They was the number one defense in the league.
They were better without Kyrie. They actually were better without Kyrie. We have more than enough evidence to show they were better without Kyrie.
What was the evidence?
We saw them that year in the regular season. We saw them in the playoffs. We saw them the year after when Kyrie came back, and we saw them without Kyrie the year after with Kemba instead. So we have enough evidence to show they were better without
them
Kyrie.
Again.
So if Kyrie was there, you don't think that they would have beaten the Cleveland Cavaliers?
Hey, man. I don't know because Kyrie was there the year after, and what happened?
I mean, there's a lot of circumstances that changed with that. There was a lot of drama with Kyrie Irving, and then Gordon Hayward being implemented in there.
Gordon Hayward came back too, yeah.
Gordon Hayward came back and kind of messed with some of the flow of the offense, and then the drama in the locker room between Kyrie and the fans and everything was just messing a lot of the things up. So chemistry is a part. Chemistry is a part in having an overall performance on the basketball court. Yes.
I mean, yeah, but look at even if we don't look at that season, right? Because that's fair. You can bring up Gordon Hayward.
Mm-hmm.
Look at when Kyrie got hurt. They actually had a better winning percentage in the regular season
they
without Kyrie.
Better.
Their defense got it noticeably better, and that's really why they were able to win a lot of those games. In the
and that's
playoffs,
fine. That's fine though. But that's fine though. But that was when they got Kemba Walker, right?
No. When Kyrie got hurt that year, like the 2018
Rozier
year?
stepped in.
Oh, 2018, Terry Rozier stepped in, and then you said the defense got better?
The defense did get better, yeah.
They had
They were a historical defense that year.
No, they were a great defense, but don't you think that having a guy in Kyrie Irving, a guy who can make touch shots,
I can't say that.
I really don't think so.
Stopper.
I can't say that, bro. I actually literally cannot say that.
What has Kyrie done for you to just believe?
That, bro.
What has Kyrie done? Thank you.
That Cleveland, because that Cleveland Cavaliers team had nobody to be stopping anybody, right? So if Kyrie Irving is on that team with Jalen B, Jason Tatum on there,
I mean, he's a target on defense. He's a target on defense.
Bro, they could hide it. You acting like they can't hide it.
We don't know, but
you don't think that they can hide it? What are you talking about?
They hit Terry Rozier.
They hit Terry Rozier, bro.
I don't know.
LeBron wasn't picking apart Terry Rozier. He was picking apart whoever the fuck they lined up next to him, bro. So the liability.
I don't know. Maybe they lose to the Sixers.
And Kyrie Irving, you don't think Kyrie Irving is guarding George Hill?
Hey, maybe they lose to the Sixers. Maybe they lose to the Bucks.
Come on,
they went 7 with the Bucks.
Come on,
maybe they lose to the Bucks. We don't know.
Bro.
Chris Middleton doesn't have a good series of Kyries though.
All I know is when Eric Bledsoe met up with Kyrie the next year, he locked him up. So I don't know.
My God, I don't know, bro. Here we go again.
Hey, no, am I lying? No. Am I lying?
No, stop it.
That's all we know, man.
Stop it.
He got
outplayed
by Eric Bledsoe in the playoff series.
A year could come on, Mustard. A year could change a lot, bro. You know what was going on in that whole organization. Kyrie was in. Kyrie, I'm not gonna lie. Kyrie was in his feelings. Kyrie was in his feelings, bro. Come on, bro. We're not gonna sit here like he was disgruntled, bro.
Hey, man, getting outplayed by Eric Bledsoe in the playoffs, there's no excuse for that,
bro. But the circumstance wasn't the same the way it was.
I don't care what mental state you are.
That matters. What are you talking about? That don't matter.
I don't even care that they lost. I don't care what mental state you are. Getting
Tyreek
outplayed in the playoffs by
25
Eric
in his
Bledsoe
sleep.
is unacceptable
Okay,
behavior,
cool.
dog.
So,
No.
keep that.
It's
same
like being
energy.
outplayed by DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah,
It's like,
keep that same.
Yeah,
energy with
that's the only thing that's worse.
LeBron James was getting outperformed by Chris Bosh, but we wouldn't sit here and say that.
What was this?
When
was this?
In 2011. In 2011.
Oh, you talking about the playoffs that they
Yeah.
lost?
they lost.
Yeah, but you don't say. You
Well,
don't
who
say.
cares? What?
You
They
no,
lost.
you don't go with the notion. You don't go with the notion that he's not a guy that can't get it done. You just acknowledge the fact. No, he played bad, and the next year is a different year.
You
And he
just brought up
he
a
was gonna
way
play
better player
bro.
that we've seen win championships. As that's
See,
you
mother-
know that's a bad.
Nah,
You know
bro. No, bro, because y'all
What is,
nasty,
okay, but
bro.
what has Kyrie shown in his career? What has he shown?
He
He
showed
ain't-
Stephen
he ain't
Curry
get
up.
it
That's
yet.
what he showed.
The what?
Facts.
He showed
And
Stephen
for some
Curry up.
people,
That's
that's
what
the
he
best
did.
point guard ever. That's the
Hang
best
on to
point
that
guard ever.
2016 finals for dear life because that's the only thing that keeping Kyrie's
It's
legacy.
good. You can show.
Come on, what you
He was
mean?
great in
Why you
2017
gonna take
as
that
well.
away from him?
He was
What are you
great in
talking about?
2017 as well.
Oh
Yeah.
please, that 2017. Those was fake numbers. I don't care about that. I
What?
don't care about that.
As long as
They
you
were
keep the same
getting-
energy
they were
for
getting
LeBron,
smacked-
keep the same
they were
energy
getting
for
smacked
LeBron, that's
every
fine.
game. They were getting smacked every game.
But
Keep
you
the
praise
same energy
LeBron.
for LeBron,
You
that's
praise
fine.
you praise
Hey,
LeBron.
LeBron,
for the
I'm not
stats
gonna
that he
gas
put
up
up.
that little triple double that LeBron had.
Yeah,
That-
That's
nobody
fine. Just
even
keep the
breathed
same
that.
energy
Keep
for
it.
LeBron.
Keep
That's
it.
fine.
shit up.
That's
Keep it.
fine.
Oh man.
All right, let's talk about. We'll pause history class for a second. We'll talk about what we were supposed to talk about probably an hour ago, but you guys keep sending the super chats, which I appreciate. But they're not stopping it anytime soon, so I'm going to pause the super chats for a minute. I want to talk about what we've learned so far halfway through the season, mid-season takeaways. I'll start first, and it'll start with an apology. Bobby, I'm apologizing to you and the Sacramento Kings. I said that they were going to be trash. There's no chance that they would. I mean, there's still a half season left, so I'm not going to say that it can't happen, but it's not looking likely that they'll miss the playoffs. It looks like they will make it. I said they won't. So they have surprised me so far, I will say.
So you
So
apologize for saying RJ Barrett was going to be an all-star.
I'm not apologizing for that because I didn't trash him.
Well, you know, JD, on behalf
Yes.
of the Sacramento Kings and the
Yes.
organization and everybody, we accept your humble apology.
Thank you.
We thank you for that. But once again, the job is not done. We're just gonna stay humble and just keep chipping away. We had a rough 6-game road trip and we slipped a little bit there, but we'll get back. We here to light the beam.
I do have a question because, I mean, I know you called it before the season started, but are you surprised in any way? Like, are they surpassing your expectations, or are they?
No, actually, I really thought we were going to be better. Honestly, it's because there's just a few little tweaks there. Like I said, like for instance, Tyrese Halliburton, he did us a huge service by being as good as he is. He allowed us to get DeMontis, so we got nothing but love for Tyrese for that. I love Harrison Barnes a lot, but I think he has to be next. You know what I'm saying? Because we just need another. I think we need another big that's like a not necessarily a big, but like a John Collins type player. So I don't see Harrison Barnes re-signing with us this offseason unless we get a deep playoff run and we really throw him a bag, which we can't really afford to do that. That'll cripple us for the future. So, unfortunately, I think Harrison is next, and if we can get a John Collins type player, I think we'll be okay. Malik Monk got to stay healthy, got to stay aggressive, and keep our second team going.
I saw this on Twitter yesterday or 2 days ago about John Collins' potential trade package. They were saying that they think it could be similar to, or this is what the Hawks expect. I don't think this is across the league. I think this is just the Hawks shooting for the moon here, is that they're looking for a Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert type package for John Collins. Yes.
That's crazy. Well, I mean, as much as I love Harrison Barnes, I think he's going to be the next one. Him packaged with Rashawn Holmes. I think package them together, maybe grab some picks. We need somebody. We need somebody to help us out on defense a little bit. We need somebody to get in there and rebound with DeMontis. So, but I don't know.
Sounds like James Wiseman.
I want to ask you this. You be watching the Kings more than probably all of us. I've seen some Kings games. Do you think that y'all can win a championship with Sabonis? Because their offense is fine. It's the defense that's the issue, and Sabonis is not a good defender at the 5.
I think having DeMontis is the only reason we can even have this type of conversation. If we didn't have a DeMontis, I wouldn't even be, you know,
a championship.
No, but I'm saying, do you think y'all can win eventually with him?
Yeah,
Like,
yes, definitely. It's like I said, it comes with getting, you know, signing like a Dwight Howard type player to come in, you know, back him up, getting another guy that, you know, like I said, making a trade to try to get another guy that's on the boards with DeMontis that can help play defense. You know what I'm saying? We need something like that. And then
you need like an Evan Mobley.
We can't lose DeMontis. It's basically
I don't think in this day and age, and I'm not saying y'all should get rid of DeMontis, because what y'all are doing right now is very valuable.
Like a Michael
being
Jordan.
A playoff team for the Kings, being a playoff team for the Kings is a W. That's a good thing for y'all right now. But the problem is, I just feel like there's a clear ceiling when you have a guy like Sabonis on your team. Like, because Sabonis at the 5, having Sabonis at the 5, and especially in this day and age, like, you don't see teams win championships with a bad defensive big unless they have like another great big next to them. Even then, like, it's really, really hard to have a 5 that's a bad defender and win. Because the 5 has so much responsibility.
We never seen it, but you know, we don't see stuff until we see it. You know what I'm saying? So
it ain't gonna be Sabonis that's gonna be the first one. I'll tell you that.
Well, DeMontis like that, and I'm not gonna sit here and take any more DeMontis slander. You know what I'm saying?
He's good. Don't get me wrong. He's good.
But I mean, I hear what you're saying, and you know, if
how tall is DeMontis?
I hear what you're saying, but he's 6'10". You know, he a big fella. But like I said though, you know, I wouldn't mind us grabbing another big to you know, to come and get down with some DeMontis, but it can't be a guy like if
they tried that. Don't forget, they tried that in Indiana with Sabonis. They had him with Miles Turner, and it was like
that's not the same team. They didn't have De'Aaron Fox.
True.
You know?
They had Oladipo.
They was good.
They like I said,
they made it to the playoffs.
And to be fair, Sabonis wasn't that guy yet. And
LeBron
the timeline injuries happened as well. So
well, yeah, you know, either way, you know what I'm saying. We still got work to do. We're not a championship contender today. So you know what I'm saying. We're just trying to get better. Like I said, we're just trying to remain humble. We're gonna light the beam as many times as we can light it, and just keep working. You know, the playoffs ain't started, so we're not in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like that notion that we should be comfortable and say we're a playoff team, because we're not in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? It hasn't started yet. So
I feel that. You know what y'all really need? Y'all need a Draymond Green. That's what y'all really need.
Nah, fuck no. We don't have no time for no Draymond Green.
Draymond would change a lot, bro. I'm just saying. He changed a lot for that team.
Kenny,
with that, you know what? Yeah. That was some hater shit for me to say that, because if we did have Draymond playing the 4, DeMontis at the 5,
exactly. You know,
that would be solid. I wouldn't be happy. I wouldn't be mad at that. But
exactly.
You know, I think we can do better. Draymond, I don't know how much Draymond.
It's not easy to find guys like Draymond though on defense, like around the league.
I value that from Draymond, because a lot of cats don't see the value in doing what Draymond does. You know, I like that of the Draymond. But
Siakam could be interesting, but I don't think that's possible. Is it? I don't even know if that's possible.
Well, I mean, look, if we were ready to like try to win right now, we could do the same thing we did with Tyrese Halliburton and trade Keegan Murray. You know what I'm saying? But
no, not Keegan. Get Davion Mitchell out of there. Get Davion Mitchell out of there, bro.
Davion ain't going nowhere.
You prefer Davion over Keegan Murray?
Get him out of there.
Well, the thing about that, Marcy, it's not so much who I think is better. It's about who can we get more for. You know what I'm saying? And I like Davion being in that second unit with Malik Monk. They bring a lot of firepower. They bring a lot of roughness off that bench. So I value Davion Mitchell's defense, and I don't ever want to see him go.
The Kings is getting talked about.
I don't know if it came down to getting, if I was gonna get somebody like a Siakam, who's going to give me great defense and better offense. And on top of that,
we're not going to get him for Davion.
No. I don't think you're going to get him for either or. Yeah. Well, Keegan maybe actually. I take that back. Keegan, you could maybe get him.
Keegan, I think Keegan has a big upside. He has a high ceiling. We don't know what he's going to be. So I think we can keep how it is.
Someone said Paul George, Keegan Murray.
Hell no. That's not going to do nothing for us.
Hey, PG's still good.
PG is good, but that's not going to do nothing.
I wouldn't do that though. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, we got to take our time. We can't just be
That's
excited.
Way too much money for PG, dog.
Yeah, just because we talking about the playoffs, which
PG
we haven't
ain't
made
worth
yet,
a thing.
don't mean we need to rush and try to make some stupid moves.
The Clippers should have kept SGA.
We ain't made the playoffs in 20 years. We'll be all right not making it. We'll be okay. So we straight. We gonna just keep rocking and getting better.
Kenny, I'm coming to you. What are your midseason takeaways?
Man, at first, what I really thought, Jason Tatum was going to take this MVP all the way. But now I got to the mid-season. It's like, it's a couple people that got in there. Donovan Mitchell then got in that realm. I never seen it. You know what I'm saying? I've been to a couple games. I live up here, so I've been watching him play.
In Cleveland or Boston?
I live in Akron. You know what I'm
Gotcha.
saying? So we go to the Cleveland games. It's right now. It's 30 minutes away. But yeah, and really, man, I ain't really seen too much. KD been out of control too, which is pretty much expected. But I think KD took over the MVP until he got hurt. That's really much it. I really just thought KD was taking over the MVP candidate. It was Luka at first and Jason Tatum, but I'm mad KD got hurt, man, because I wanted him to see what he could do this year on his own. It seemed like he get hurt every season.
He does.
Well, now.
He definitely do. Injury prone as a muff. No, for real.
Well. I'm right and everyone's wrong. It's just a consistent thing that just keeps on happening. I told you guys about a lot that was going to happen throughout the season, but again, I get called crazy or biased, but I just get proven right and right again. The Sixers is turning things around. Like I said, they shouldn't have been worried about the Sixers in the beginning of the year. They're turning things around. D. Mitch is arguably probably the best shooting guard in the league. KD and the Brooklyn Nets are phenomenal. The Boston Celtics, in my opinion, is the best team in the NBA right now. I still think that they're my favorites to win the championship. Things like the Golden State Warriors underperforming is really weird. The Timberwolves is not really playing the way that they should be playing, like I said before. Dallas Mavericks are top 4 right now, like I said. But yeah, there's been some surprises with the Pelicans. I was worried about the Denver Nuggets as well a little bit, but I mean the defense isn't as bad as I thought it would be. But I do still think it's a weak point, especially in the playoffs. Yeah, I mean, Utah Jazz, I mean, Lauri Markkanen did say that they are not playing to tank and get Victor Wembanyama, and they do still keep fighting to perform every game. So, I mean, that's just more things I just get proven right and right again. But, I'm the casual. I'm still being casual and keep getting proven right as well on a lot of things that we talk about up here. So, just can't wait for the season to progress.
Mars?
Steven Silas needs to lose his job. The Houston Rockets with Steven Silas as a coach are not going to develop the players they need to develop because he seems to be clueless. Jabari Smith Jr. is exactly what I said he would be. No creation ability. He still can't finish at the rim. He's nothing besides a spot-up shooter and a defender. He's not going to be the star that everyone seemed to think he would be coming out of college. Jalen Green is being hampered by this Houston development, making him damn near isolate or play high pick and roll every possession with no movement around him, expecting him to just create everything for himself. That's terrible. Kevin Porter Jr. is one of the worst point guards in the NBA. Yeah, that's my takeaways on this season because I've watched way too many Houston Rockets games than I would like. And James Wiseman isn't an NBA player, and he might not be for a very long time.
The Denver Nuggets currently sitting in, they're tied with the Grizzlies sitting in first in the West. And I still think that they're pretenders when it comes to the playoffs. I just don't know.
Which one?
The Grizzlies. Okay.
Shout out to G, baby, because the Nuggets are still pretenders. You're not going to get me off that.
Yeah.
The Nuggets.
The Cavaliers,
I'm not gonna lie,
Kenny,
though.
sorry, Cavaliers are also pretenders.
I think you're sticking with the Cavs simply because you said it and you don't want to.
I don't think the
Cavs.
Nobody thinks the Cavs are going to make it.
Fan.
I don't think anybody thinks the Cavs are going to
The
win.
Nuggets being pretenders is valid because that Jokic defense is.
But the Mavs ain't going to win it either, though. So
Yeah, they for sure not going to win it.
It's all good.
Yeah,
Do you think the Mavs beat the Nuggets in the series?
Yeah, they can for sure. This year, yeah.
Nah,
they could take the series
They
off
put
of them for
Jokic
sure.
in that isolation with Luka, boy.
I mean, but who's going to defend Jokic? Christian
Who's
Wood?
going to defend Luka?
I feel you.
Yeah, you don't defend those guys. You don't defend.
Yeah,
those
you
guys.
don't it's not about stopping them. It's about
Jokic gonna be gas. Jokic gonna be gas.
The Nuggets do have the Nuggets do have a weird.
I just think Luka
game
tougher
plan
than
play Luka.
Jokic a little bit.
I think Luka's tougher than most people.
Like in them situations, I just think Luka got a little bit more.
I trust Jokic supporting cast a lot more than I trust Luka supporting cast.
They gonna break Jokic down. They gonna wear him down. They gonna make him tired. They gonna take turns on him.
So
bro.
you're acting like they can't do the same thing because for one, Jokic is a playoff riser. He plays better in the playoffs.
He does play good.
And if I'm the Nuggets, I'm literally gonna let Luka do everything he wants, and I'm gonna say, Christian Wood, we're gonna make you try to beat us. I'm gonna want the Dorian Finney-Smith and Reggie Block, Tim Hardaway Jr. I want all those guys.
Tim Hardaway and Spencer. Tim Hardaway and Spencer.
Spencer Dinwiddie, all of them. I want them all.
They could take turns.
And with no Jalen Brunson this time, we're gonna see how.
To be clear, the Nuggets could obviously beat the Mavericks, but you just asked if I thought they could beat them in a series, and I think they can. I don't think it's like it doesn't scare me as much as like if they're going up against. I mean, even though the Warriors are where they're at, like Warriors still scare me.
You guys need to stop being fearful of the Warriors. They're not good. They are not good.
They're not good on the road. They're not good on the road.
They're just not a very good team.
They're just not a very good team.
I mean, you can't say they're not good on the road. They're not gonna have home court advantage.
They're not a very good team at all.
And then I look at the Grizzlies, and I don't know how we compete with the Grizzlies in a
if the Grizzlies just didn't I'm not gonna lie, if the Grizzlies didn't fold the way they did against the Warriors, I would be very much higher on them. But something like that just shows me a weak mentality and a young mentality at that. And if you got a young and weak mentality, bro, I don't trust you in the postseason. Just don't.
So, but here's the thing. I mean, I guess when I do look at the West, I think that the Mavs could technically take any series and they could technically go to the finals. Again, I don't think they would, but I look at the East, I'm way more terrified of the East. Like I could, if I were to bet who's going to win the finals, it's coming out of the East this season. I think the West is such a toss-up.
The Grizzlies have a shot, man.
Who the favorite, JD?
I think the Grizz lose to whoever comes out of the East. If they
in the East, Kenny, I still like the Bucks. I'm gonna ride this Bucks train, bro. I'm riding this Bucks train.
Yeah, you like riding.
I like
the
Celtics
trains,
too, but
I mean, for my agenda,
I like
gotta
them
go with
last
the
year.
Bucks because I'm a Giannis fan, but I'm not really too high on them right now, especially without Middleton right now.
Bro, see,
I used to be called a Giannis fan, and now I'm called a Giannis.
You have to like take off the. Don't look at anything in the regular season. Like you almost have to forget about the regular season. You have to look at the team compositions and who you would rather ride with in 7-game series.
But even then, like look at if Middleton is not back to his former self, I don't see how they're gonna beat even Boston. But
he has 41 more games or however many.
Can they avoid?
People have been saying that about Clay for over a year now.
Yep.
But Klay Thompson looks good again.
Clay's kind of ass. I ain't gonna lie.
He's not ass. He's just not Clay. Let's clarify that.
Come on.
No, that man is
good. He's been playing better.
He's kind of ass, dog.
He's not ass.
That dude has these one random explosion games. Everybody says
that's always been Clay.
But here's what I'm
been Clay though, Mustard.
But here's what I'm saying is in the playoffs,
he's been more consistent in the past.
Clay,
yeah, Clay's mid. Clay's 100%
mid. In the playoffs, so you're saying in the playoffs, you're not worried about if you're a Warriors fan, but you're not worried about Klay Thompson in the playoffs?
Klay Thompson can have games.
His playoff resume is not good.
Even Klay in his prime wasn't consistent in the playoffs.
Yes, he was not a good player. He just has random explosions.
Klay got a nickname of Game 6 Klay, and everyone ran with it. That's why.
That was true, Mars. Don't do that.
It's been about 3 Game 6s. It's been about 3 Game 6s.
He did it 3. How many times has it been in postseason?
It was the Toronto Game 6, the OKC Game 6, and the Houston Game 6.
Yeah,
that's it.
He deserves it.
I knew finals in Game 6. He was horrendous.
You don't get a nickname for 3 games. That's ridiculous.
I'll give you the nickname for 3 games. You always showing out in those game 6s and crucial points. I gotta give you the nickname.
You don't
man.
get a nickname for 3 games.
If he don't have those game 6s, they lose to Houston and they lose to OKC.
Sure.
I mean,
all right.
Clay's still streaky.
They lost the ring in 2016 regardless, and the one in Toronto they lost that game as well. So the only one that really led to a championship is the 2018 one.
I said Houston, OKC. No. Houston, OKC. I don't care.
OKC, they lost.
And guess who's
trashing the finals? And Klay Thompson was trashing the finals.
Who won the series?
Klay Thompson was trashing the finals.
Though? Who won the series?
Yeah, Golden State won. Golden State won.
Okay. We'll leave it at that.
And how did Klay play in the finals?
I was forgetting what he did against.
It's not about that. But that's the thing I don't.
How did he play in the 2015 finals as well?
He wasn't that good either. But this is the thing. This is the thing I'm confused about the Klay criticism. Like Klay's always been inconsistent. So it's like you're penalizing him
he's just
now.
overrated. He's just overrated. That's it.
Oh my god! So now it's just.
I don't hold Klay to the standard that everyone else seems to believe he is. I don't think he's as good as people say. So I don't blame him for the inconsistencies. I've always known he was inconsistent.
But
the issue I have is other people seem to think Klay Thompson was this fantastic world, like one of the best. Some people think he was better than James Harden.
No.
Okay.
That was
Klay Thompson.
People were debating
Klay Thompson as a role player. Klay Thompson as a role player, because you look at superstars. He's not in the superstar caliber, whatever. He's been an all-star, great. But I look at him as a role player I look at him for what he is. I look at him as he's somewhat one-dimensional on one side of the ball. Well, yeah, pretty one-dimensional on one side.
He's a 3-and-D player,
and he does it very well, though.
The ultimate 3-and-D.
Yeah, he's a great 3-and-D.
He might be the great.
But when people like Dub say he's better than Manu Ginobili, no, it's not.
Klay is a 3-and-D player.
I've succumbed to that. I'm not mad at.
What he say? He is better.
I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it as much as it was
nuts.
before. Manu over Klay is not that ridiculous. Manu over PG though. Manu over PG though.
Manu over PG is not ridiculous. All right, let's get to back to these super chats. Jay Saucy, I don't even know where his nickname, The Answer, came from. He didn't answer anything in the finals. He got outplayed every series by other teams' star.
Someone gave him that nickname.
Hey, that's actually a fact. Go back to every series in 01. Allen Iverson was kind of getting outplayed by every other star.
No, he wasn't. If he was getting outplayed, how did they win if he didn't have no team?
I said the defense. The defense was keeping them.
I've said all of this. They got to the finals of defense and AI.
I don't even get that.
The
defense was amazing.
No. That 2001 run was one of the greatest playoffs you've seen.
Mars, your favorite.
What you talking about?
Mars is gonna get heated, boy. You better not say that around Mars, boy. He gonna be coming.
There's a lot of people in that.
Listen, bro. Don't play with Mars when you say that, bro. I'm telling you that right now.
AI's number, the jersey that when they sell AI's jersey, that should be 2001. That should be the jersey number.
It's the only year.
It's the number one selling jersey.
Trip Cohen.
Whenever we rank AI, it
this
should be
is
2001
a disgusting super chat.
Why would I start my franchise with either of them?
J.R. Smith
is destroyed.
J.R. Smith. Trip Cohen super chat says J.R. Smith or Jamal Crawford to start your franchise.
J.R. Smith quit my job.
Did he put LOL at the end of it?
Yes.
I'm starting with J.R. Smith, but regardless,
we're going to disregard that.
I would take J.R. though.
I'm sticking to my Seattle roots. I'm taking Jamal Crawford.
Yeah, I'm taking Crawford.
Regardless, it's the number one pick in the draft. So
give me Jamal.
That's how I'm trying to get Wemby.
That man JR was going.
Start your franchise.
That man JR was going crazy on Miami, bro. I'll never forget that.
Christopher D, rare L take Mars, starting to sound like ticket. That was like
on Mars. I wouldn't take that.
30 minutes. That was like 30 minutes ago, so I don't even remember
the
what it was.
The Bill Russell Game 7 guy.
Key Streets, Bob. Why you got the Kings better than the Grizz?
What?
Who said that?
Bobby.
He was asking Bobby.
The Kings over the Grizzlies?
I don't know where. Did I say that? I just said that.
I
mean, but hold on though. Like in the playoff situation, I like us against anybody in the 7-game series. So I'll go ahead with this super chat. Honestly, it comes. I mean, y'all don't know about a lot of shit, so I don't blame you. You know what I'm saying?
I'll be annoyed with that, bro.
You tweaking, bro. You tweaking, dog. But stop.
But now I'm saying, why not?
You don't believe that. You don't believe that. Come on.
Why not?
The Memphis Grizzlies are one of the most well balanced teams in the league. Y'all are gonna get cooked.
Y'all wasn't y'all just talking about was this faulted against the Warriors? And
y'all might get
now we talk about the Kings. It's they're the best, they're the most level team. Like we got.
I think the Grizzlies are a good team.
The Grizzlies are
like first of all, Jaren Jackson. He's never on the floor because he's just a hacker, which I think the refs be bullshitting. You know what I'm saying? The refs definitely be bullshitting, but I think we match up fine. I think we match up fine with the Grizz. So I mean, they probably got us a little bit, but in the 7-game series,
who's gonna stop Josh?
Who's gonna stop De'Aaron at the rim? All right, stop that bullshit.
Jackson is right there.
Stop that bullshit. De'Aaron coming at the rim just like Josh.
And they have better rim protection than Memphis.
Yeah, but whatever. De'Aaron come to the rim.
Memphis
got
better D than.
All right, man. Memphis has way better defense than Sacramento.
Hey, yeah, be that as it may. Be that as it may.
Gonna be layup lines.
Like I said, De'Aaron to the rack, just like Ja.
Nah, De'Aaron ain't Ja, man. I ain't gonna.
Ja ain't De'Aaron.
Yeah, he's better.
Ja ain't De'Aaron. Y'all can cut that shit out. Ja ain't De'Aaron.
Alex Campbell, LeBron Game 7 against the Pacers. He went down with cramps and his team extended the lead because Nate McMillan sucks. LeBron was great, but context. Damn, Nate McMillan sucks. Drink more water. Mars, I don't understand how you or anyone can have Wiggins over Middleton other than athleticism, which helps him be a slightly better defender. What does Wiggins do better than Middleton?
You can't let me troll in peace, can you?
What does Wiggins do better than Middleton? Defense?
Everything I say gets taken so seriously. Yes, Middleton's better than Andrew Wiggins, but that's not funny. So
Mars, also, it's unfair to sit up here and say, how do you guys take me so serious when you're saying it very seriously? It's not like you.
You should know when I'm trolling. It's not hard to tell.
I'm not gonna lie. It's really not hard. It's not hard to tell at all. Yeah. It's just like I say. People don't know how to read people, bro. They just don't.
Yeah. That ain't a bad argument, Wiggins and Middleton, though. People just act like it's just horrible. If we look at the years, the numbers of their career, they about the same player.
Take the numbers for their career. Wiggins better than Kawhi.
Wiggins Hey Mars, listen, bro. Wiggins' championship run was more impressive than Middleton's, bro. I'll just say that right now.
What?
Wiggins championship run.
What's wrong with that?
More impressive than
that. Middleton was all-time. Middleton clutch.
Go look at Middleton's efficiency.
Go ahead, look at
all-time. Okay, I wish that
they don't win that championship without Wiggins.
Number 2 guy.
They don't win that championship with bro. What we doing?
But they don't win they don't win without either of them.
Wiggins was the number 2 guy on offense for Golden State as well.
I actually don't know because Jordan Poole was.
His minutes went down every series. His minutes went down every series.
Minutes were going down damn near every
because he couldn't stay on the floor because his defense was mid. You know, his defense is mid.
Y'all acting like Wiggins
mid trash.
You're talking about Middleton's efficiency, but Wiggins' efficiency was not like amazing in that playoff run.
It wasn't negative.
And don't forget, Middleton's more responsible for playmaking on the team. He's not as good of a defender as Wiggins, but he's still a good defender in his own right. He was going out there having to guard KD he was going back and forth with KD in the fourth quarters. Remember that? He was going back and forth. Yes, he did guard KD.
PJ Tucker was on him most of the time.
His ass,
yeah, but him and PJ took turns guarding KD.
Up, though,
KD was cooking. KD was cooking regardless.
KD was cooking, but
Andrew Wiggins would lock up KD realistically. But
no. I'm not doing that.
No guarding better than Middleton.
Facts.
My point is Middleton though, and also they won the series in Atlanta. They won the series against Atlanta without Giannis.
It's Atlanta. Who cares?
Okay, I'm just saying that's props to Middleton, dog. We can't give
Trey got hurt
for doing his job.
Trey got hurt.
That's like giving Trey Young praise for beating the Knicks. So
I mean that was a great series against a great defensive team.
If Trey don't get hurt in that series,
exactly. If Trey doesn't get hurt, Atlanta go to the finals.
Yeah,
that's not true.
Might have beat them, man.
You want to know what Middleton was doing in that postseason series against the Brooklyn Nets?
Here we go. I know he was sus in that series. I won't lie.
He was clutch, but that doesn't dispute.
No, I said he was sus. He was sus. He was suspect.
He was suspect, right? So I would be willing to argue the fact that they went to Game 7 is mainly because Middleton didn't show
and
up.
Drew as well. Drew was bad.
Drew Holiday's offense is.
I think Drew was worse than Middleton by far.
But Middleton's supposed to be the number 2, right? He's supposed to be the number 2,
I
right?
agree.
Supposed to be Batman.
Supposed to be Batman.
But Wiggins on a team with a better offensive number 1. I think we can agree Steph's a better offensive player than Giannis. On top of that, he also
whoa. Who averages more points? Who averages more points?
Steph's a better offensive player.
Who averages more points? Who averages more points?
I don't care if he averages 50. Dude, Steph's a better offensive.
Wow, so then you don't care. You don't care about production. Okay, well,
what?
It doesn't matter.
Morris, who's the better offensive player?
Who averages more points?
That does not make you the better offensive player. We just talked about Kareem and Jokic. And
who averages more points? Who averages more points?
Giannis averages more points.
Who has a higher field goal percentage?
As long as you could do it and it's efficient.
Exactly. Giannis averages more points, higher field goal percentage. The assists are close.
So say it. Say Giannis is the better offensive player.
It's clear Giannis is the better offensive player.
You're a troll.
Hey, Mustard, to go back, man, Middleton was facing the Brooklyn Nets, and Brooklyn Nets were not known for defense that year, bro. So let's cut the cap, bro.
Hey, the Nets were clamping up that series, though. They were playing good defense.
They were clamping up because Middleton couldn't create his own shot with him.
Exactly.
That's why. Middleton isn't good enough to create his own shot, so he makes mid-defense look good.
I'm not denying that Middleton... I've already said earlier, Middleton was suspect at times, but go pull up Wiggins. No, y'all acting like Wiggins was going out there averaging 30.
50?
Wiggins was out there being
Chris credit his own shot. Every series he clutched up in the fourth quarters that got them wins. Every series. Am I lying? He was
not every game. Like
maybe he was the most clutch player in the playoffs that year.
Maybe not
he was
every
the most
game,
clutch player in the playoffs that year.
How was he the most clutch player in the playoffs?
He was going back and forth with KD. He had game winner against the Heat. Against the Hawks, he closed them out, and he had a 40-piece and hit the dagger shot in Game 6 against the Suns. Every series, he was clutching up.
And Wiggins was locking up. Wiggins was locking up.
And Wiggins had Jason Tatum looking
confused. Up one series.
Wiggins had Jason Tatum looking confused.
Every round.
Wiggins had Jason Tatum looking confused.
Keep going.
He had Jason Tatum looking very confused.
Yeah, he had Jason Tatum.
Why can't Chris Middleton create his own shot?
Wiggins played great defense on Luka Doncic.
Middleton can't create his own shot.
Yeah, they played Luka.
Wiggins played great defense on Luka Doncic. That's probably Luka Doncic's worst series of his career. No, that was probably Luka's worst series of his career.
Yeah,
that was his worst series of his career.
He did not. He still put up the great numbers. But
it wasn't just the Wiggins thing. You got Draymond Green there switching as well. They were hard hedging Luka. They were doubling Luka.
Oh, now all of that matters. But when is Chris Middleton showing up?
Did we not watch the series?
When is Chris Middleton on KD? None of this man. Just Chris Middleton's on KD.
Y'all watched the series. Y'all know Wiggins didn't lock him up, and it wasn't just a one man thing. Y'all know
it wasn't just Chris Middleton on KD either.
I never said he locked up KD. Y'all the ones
who come to a new conclusion.
You brought him guarding KD, going head to head with KD.
He had to go out there and guard KD while going back and forth with KD in the fourth. He was going back.
Anyone can guard someone. You're getting cooked. Who cares?
Okay, fine. He got cooked, but did he not go back and forth with KD in the fourth quarters? Yes or no? He went back and forth.
What about the first three quarters?
He was. I'm not gonna lie. He was selling.
The only reason it was close in the fourth quarter is because he was selling in the first three. So why do I care?
But that's one series.
If Chris Middleton shows up in the first three quarters, there's no reason for him to be clutch.
Blow him out
against the Heat. Against the Heat, was he not cooking the Heat? Was he not?
The Heat were decimated by COVID and injuries that year. That wasn't the same Heat team. That wasn't the same Heat team. That wasn't the same Heat team.
Even the year before, even if you do that, even the year before, he still was the only reason they won a game against the Heat. He was the only reason they won a game against theAt.
And he wasn't good in that series in 2020.
He was not bad in that series. He was selling the fourth quarters. I will not lie. He was selling.
Oh, now he sells in the fourth quarter.
He was selling the fourth quarters in that series. I won't lie. But he kept it.
And in 2020, how do you look in the first round against Orlando? We're not even talking
about that.
Now we're not talking about that. Oh my God.
I brought up Orlando. I brought up that Heat team because you just said it wasn't the same Heat team. Bam was still there. But
you know that team went for a lot that season. That's why they
were such a the only difference with that Heat team was Jimmy Butler had a back injury.
That was the team that
That's the only difference with that team.
And that team was suffering from COVID all season. There was no continuity.
Every team suffered from COVID all.
Not as bad as Miami. Not as bad as Miami.
I
don't want to hear that.
Not as bad as Miami.
No.
Miami and Chicago are like the only two teams that really suffered badly.
We were all in agreement with each other that Miami and the Lakers were getting riddled by injuries mainly because they had to play longer than everybody in the bubble, and that messes up the flow of your offense. On top of that, they didn't have time to find a replacement of a Jay Crowder, who was very crucial for them. Jay Crowder was very crucial in the bubble, bro. Don't lie. He was guarding Giannis very well. Don't do that. And we did not have the time to figure out.
You said Jay Crowder is what?
Jay Crowder's not trash.
Jay Crowder's trash. He's trash.
Jay Crowder's not trash.
Oh my God!
Now Jay Crowder's trash. Okay.
No, I'm going to stand on that.
Jay Crowder's
trash.
No. Jay Crowder.
I don't know what to say anymore.
Jay Crowder was making fake shots in that bubble.
Is PJ Tucker trash?
PJ Tucker. Right. See,
is PJ Tucker trash?
He's whatever.
Is he trash though?
Is he trash?
Man, you're not
he kind of is. He's whatever.
No, he's not, bro. Like that's what the Miami Heat needed,
That's
bro.
crazy.
We need a versatile.
Jay Crowder.
Lakers could use Jay Crowder right now.
The only reason, and I agree that Jay Crowder played a role in why they beat the Bucks.
Jay Crowder doesn't have a hoop mixtape, so he's trash.
Jay Crowder's better than Chris Middleton, but whatever.
You don't believe that? Come on now.
All right, we're moving on. For the love of God, please do not send another Chris Middleton super chat. I'm going to lose my mind. Alex Campbell, they easily hide Kyrie. They were literally switching off ball, so LeBron didn't have an easy mismatch. Don't lie about a team quality to boost LeBron.
Yeah, that Celtics defense was great. They were going to be able to hide Kyrie, and Kyrie would have killed whoever Cleveland were trying to put on him.
Even LeBron.
Jimmy Two Shoes. This should be good. LeBron, not even in the GOAT conversation. No dribble, one-dimensional, poor jump shot, overrated defense. He's around 9th or 10th realistically. Jimmy Two Shoes, bro.
He ain't killing nobody in 1v1, bro. I promise y'all. He ain't killing nobody in a 1v1.
LeBron's the GOAT.
Crazy.
LeBron's the GOAT.
Brian could play 1v1.
Don't give him any. Big Roan said, Akron, stand up, and Dub, a broken clock is right twice a day, so chill.
Hey, man. There was more than 2 times I've been right, so I guess I'm not a clock or broken.
Jay Saucy, I'm a Heat fan. Who could we get to help in a trade? Dub?
James Wise.
This is a perfect question for you, Dub. You guys are both Heat fans.
I'm not going to lie, bro. I don't know who we could have because there's so many things wrong with our team. We need a score to alleviate some of the pressures off of our team because the offense with Tyler Hero, Jimmy Butler, and Bam just isn't really that fluid as I would like. We need more depth because even though Strus and Vincent are good, like they're not really that like 1-2 punch off of our bench. Tyler Hero was that last season, and Kyle Lowry was playing well last season, so we were able to have a sustainable offense in the regular season, then have Hero carry our bench unit. And then on top of that, our defense has been great, so there's really nothing to complain about our defense. We need really an offensive guy on that team, so Bradley Beal paying way too much money. I wouldn't even want him, but we need a guy like a Bradley Beal caliber to take some of the scoring load off of Jimmy, off of Hero, so Hero could go back to the bench, and then another guy could sit here and carry the scoring load for our team. It's just, yeah.
Bob, you'll respect this.
It's a fact. Bojan, that'd be crazy.
You know what I saw today that before the show that pissed me off, and that if they actually consider this, I might shred this jersey. There was a rumor that the Mavericks and the Heat are in discussions about Timmy Hardaway. And then so I was like, okay, interesting. Like, what could we get for Tim Hardaway? And then I start reading the comments and I see people putting these mock trades together. And then they were trying to get Duncan Robinson and Kyle Lowry and I don't even remember, Caleb Martin or someone. Who cares? I was just very fixated on this Duncan Robinson thing. And they were trying to ship Dorian Finney-Smith, Reggie Bullock, Josh Green, or something like that. And I was like, who are these morons making these mock trades? Duncan Robinson does not help us, and losing Dorian Finney-Smith just sinks the ship.
Yeah, well, he's actually very crucial for you guys.
Dorian Finney-Smith cannot be moved unless we replace him with a similar player. Getting Duncan Robinson and shipping Dorian Finney-Smith literally sinks the ship.
Well, Smith is better because he actually plays way better defense than fucking Duncan
and he
Robinson.
can shoot too.
And he's versatile.
So that
Duncan Robinson inconsistent.
No, he's just consistently trash. He's consistently trash.
He's just
it's so weird because what was it, 2 years ago?
Yeah,
2 years ago, Duncan Robinson was throwing flames.
Yeah, the bubble.
It just started raining on him. It's crazy.
If we're able to get Finney-Smith, that would be really bad on y'all, and it would be really good for us.
Yeah, that would be amazing for you. Dorian Finney-Smith is great. Like he's so overlooked because he's playing on a team where you have a dominant offensive player. He's not looked at to do a whole lot on offense, so you don't really pay much attention to him because that's what the NBA is. But when you actually watch these games and you see how well he plays his role, he's like he's one of the best.
He's a glue guy.
Small forwards to
He's the guy who
He's definitely a glue guy.
He's the guy who does the dirty work. He's a guy who doesn't get credit for it. But you know what? He's very impactful to the team.
Right.
But not a lot of people recognize that.
Like Scottie Pippen, huh?
Nah, not Scottie. Not Scottie. Nah.
Oh, the thing that Scottie feel, huh?
Because Scottie wasn't a role player. Scottie was a star. He was
no,
a bad star.
Scottie was
I just was fucking with you right
there. Wait, so you're calling Scottie a role player? Then I agree with you then.
Oh no, that's what you call him. That's what y'all Scottie hate this. Y'all hate Scottie.
Oh man.
I like Scottie Pippen.
It's pitiful.
Gabe.
Man, pitiful.
You running around with a freak named Larson.
Oh my God, Dub, you still can't get it right. That's crazy. Gabe with the super chat. I think he said Mars. What's I'm not even reading that, bro. No shot.
Read it.
Wait, what was that?
What's the difference between Clay and Middleton?
You know what? I hated those debates a few years ago after championship run saying who was better, Chris Middleton or Klay Thompson. I hated it.
I remember those discussions. Yeah, Chris Middleton, bad playmaker, bad passer.
One championship, he could be the GOAT now.
Middleton's better, bro.
Klay Thompson just has 4 rings and benefits from playing.
It's talking about Middleton.
Wow, y'all was with that? Y'all was with Middleton?
I was literally 2 years old when they were talking about that.
That's not even a debate. Come on now.
Nah, Klay Thompson was better.
Why? Because he could shoot.
Mega cap.
He's just a better scorer. He's a better shooter.
Better scorer.
And
He's not a better scorer. He's not a better scorer.
Yeah, I think so.
Let Klay create for himself, and you'll see that he's an imposter.
You know, Klay can't dribble.
If Klay, what's more dangerous, having Klay next to Giannis or having Middleton next to Giannis?
I'll take that 60 piece.
Middleton next to Giannis is more dangerous.
Nah, don't do that.
He is, because if you put Klay next to Giannis, you're then making Giannis have to be your primary ball handler, and in the playoffs, that's not going to
work. Drew's the primary ball handler.
How does Coach Bud do it? Giannis attack from the top of the key.
I won't lie.
Chris Middleton being able to create his own shot next to Giannis is invaluable.
If you have prime Klay,
JD, you know you didn't have to read that.
I know, bro.
If you have prime Klay, I don't know.
I'm sorry, Jay. I'm sorry.
I usually try to read these before I click. Well, actually, that's not true. When I have a lot, I just click them, and that's my problem.
Prime Klay is Grayson Allen on the Bucks.
Jesus Christ. It's about damn time. Who y'all taking? Ooh, I like this question. Celtics, Terry Rozier, or OKC, Reggie Jackson? Bro, that's the most...
I want scary Terry.
Rozier.
I want scary Terry too. Reggie Jackson was nice though.
Yeah, so
Reggie Jackson's still nice.
I'm taking Reggie Jackson. I'm taking Reggie. Reggie's better than Terry now.
You taking that Reggie for real, bro? Because that's a wrong decision to make, bro.
Reggie Jackson was nice.
Yo, when did we get to the point where, like, if you're not an all-star, you're just automatic trash? God. Like, you're either an all-star or you're trash now. Is that what
even the all-stars?
That's that new age shit.
Even some of the all-stars are trash.
So.
I mean, it is a mid-off. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, if you're not a top 10 player, you're kind of trash.
Nah, let's talk about mid-offs. Like, everyone complain about that shit. I like talking about this, bro. It's fun. I don't feel like talking about LeBron James the whole time. I hate that.
Yeah, like open gym yesterday. You guys spoke about LeBron James for 2 hours.
I'm never making LeBron James a topic ever again.
I wasn't there.
I was exhausted.
Y'all was going crazy. It was getting real nasty up there on the LeBron topic.
It was.
It is crazy. Like,
a lot of facts had to be spewed.
Imagine if you had a team full of just straight like superstar players. It would look weird. Like, not having any role players, it wouldn't be good.
That's what make the game beautiful.
Wouldn't be good.
We need the role players.
Cool G. Giannis or Duncan? Who y'all starting your team with?
Tim Duncan.
Oh man, I gotta go with
Timmy D.
Who even asked that type of shit?
It's the people who are saying Giannis is the best power forward ever, and that.
Yeah, they bugging.
Yeah.
He's not. Sure,
he's my number 3.
I think you got to give him more time for that.
Yeah, probably like
that's my thing. I need to see a cast play. I need to see a cat play.
The longevity of Tim Duncan, especially his defense, like that's a big thing right there.
Y'all praise that man. Y'all praise that man Giannis, bro, for being every team that was hurt.
Hey, look, real quick,
Giannis better than Dirk.
Who put that up, JD? Who super chat was that?
I'm trying to scroll back now to see.
No, I just want to say thanks for the super chat. I don't mean no disrespect, but brother,
what's better?
Brother, come on.
Yo, Bob, why you trying to disrespect that man?
Here it is.
I'm not. That's why I wanted to make sure to say, Cool G. I appreciate the love, Cool G. But
in the first round.
No.
He's asking a question. He can't ask the question.
Y'all wrong for that. Y'all wrong for that, bro.
We learned back in elementary school. Ain't no such thing as a dumb question. That's not true. But we still appreciate the question, though. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate the love,
Not
especially
nasty,
Cool G.
bro.
I want to make sure I ain't mean no disrespect, bro. But
yeah,
nah.
Duncan
You don't mean no disrespect. That's
Duncan in the
disrespect.
top 10.
I'm apologizing. I'm just trying to be a man and step up and apologize.
Hey,
that's all.
That's big odd shit right there.
That's
Christopher D. SGA over PG now. Looking back at the Clipper trade for him, I get why. He finished top 3 in MVP and Depoy, and you wanted Kawhi. Still nice to imagine SGA at PG with Kawhi on the team would be shiesty.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I hate super chats like that. I'm not gonna lie. Mainly because in that moment of time, that was the right decision.
Yeah, no one saw SGA doing this.
I mean, but it is a bad trade in hindsight, though.
No, he wasn't. No, SGA was nice, but that was still.
I don't even think
he wasn't 2 years away from this, which is.
But let's think about it though. Paul George really ain't showed us a thing. Really, Kawhi just went over there and held him ransom. They wasn't thinking about no motherfucking Paul. They wasn't thinking about Paul George.
Yeah, they didn't want to let go of Shea.
Didn't Kawhi want Jimmy Butler? Am I wrong?
No, Kawhi asked everybody before he got to Paul George.
Damn.
That is true.
KD, he asked KD, he asked Jimmy Butler, he asked Kyrie, he asked there's somebody else I'm missing.
But he still told them
Master P.
he wasn't coming.
No. He didn't think of Paul George until Westbrook said, "Hey, you want to team up?" And then he was like, "Nah." And then he was like, "Oh shit, I can ask PG." And then he asked
just
PG.
Take him away from him.
No one
but
that
it is what it is.
He was the last option. That's crazy.
That is.
No wonder why it never worked. No wonder why it never worked, bro. Yeah, you ain't never gonna work. You ain't never gonna work out with your last option, bro.
They did that.
Kawhi and also DeMar DeRozan.
I'm not gonna hold y'all though.
Kawhi would have asked for Manu before he asked for Paul George. You guys.
Facts, because he knows Manu's a better player.
Big facts. He played
with Manu. He actually might have. He actually might have asked Manu, but Manu was like, you know what, I'm chilling.
Well, let's not act as if. Let's not act as if though. Kawhi Leonard hasn't been the main reason why they haven't won a chip.
His health, you mean?
Yes.
No, it's Doc Rivers is the reason they haven't won a chip.
I think it's their health.
2020, if Ty Lue's coaching, they go to the finals.
No. They're never.
What about that?
You want to know why they're not going to win? They're not going to win because they got Lou Will and Montrezl Harrell playing major minutes on that team. There's no way. They were trash.
I think that's the best team they had.
That's a fact, Kenny. If that would not, they got Norman Powell now. That team was nasty. And if they had Ty Lue on that team,
no, they wouldn't have. No,
they would have won.
No, they wouldn't.
Ty Lue, I mean,
that was the team.
Montrezl Harrell is so bad.
Going to beat everybody.
Montrezl Harrell is so
bad. They was going to beat the Lakers. They was going to beat the Lakers.
They were gonna lose.
That was the projection.
The Lakers are mids, man. They just won because of the bubble.
You gotta stop. They were gonna lose.
Yeah, the Lakers just won because of the bubble. That's what they said.
Trez and Ty Lue was doing that.
Trez and Lou was doing that. You can't win with Montrezl Harrell and Lou Williams playing major minutes on that team, on any team. This is not possible.
Wow. Guess not.
With that Lou Williams, you could have. What you talking about? Walking bucket, Lou?
You can't. No, you can't. You can't.
Hey, let's not act as if PG wasn't on.
Those are two defensive liabilities. You're just not gonna win with those guys.
You mean you can hide?
You can't hide with them. They were playing on the court at the same time. How you gonna hide?
Bro, it's the NBA, bro. It's the NBA. 85% of these players are defensive liabilities.
How can you hide? No. Time out. Listen to what y'all saying. How can you hide two dudes at the same time playing that are defensive liabilities? That's not possible. I can run a pick and roll with those two dudes, regardless. That's not.
It's not like
the remix.
They wasn't over there playing like They wasn't playing together the whole time though.
They were playing. They were the best. Remember, they were the best bench duo. Everybody was saying, "Oh, they're a great bench duo."
Yeah.
Well, that's against the bench unit. The bench unit is not really a lot of guys on the.
But
on the Lakers bench
even in
unit
the
that
they went to the playoffs.
But they took that over to the playoffs.
Rondo,
they did the same thing. Doc don't know how to make no adjustments. Like that's not going to change.
Exactly. If Ty Lue was there, he makes.
Even if Ty Lue's there, they still have to play. Who else is going to play?
Bro, which bench unit is going to be sitting here torching Lou Williams and Montrezl Harrell?
It's not even just about bench unit because Lou Will and Montrez were playing like major minutes. It's not just bench unit. They were playing minutes to the starters and everything.
Okay.
So they were gonna lose. They were gonna lose.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought they would have lost to the what's it called?
The Lakers.
To the Lakers, right? So that's why. But
I did too.
They should have beat the Nuggets though. They should have beat the Nuggets. They just sold that shit, to be honest. No, PG and Kawhi. Kawhi too. Kawhi sold and nobody be talking about that, but Kawhi.
Man, I watched the whole world say the Clippers was going to beat everybody. I seen it every clip.
I wholeheartedly believed it too.
Yeah, because everyone was high on what Kawhi did in Toronto.
Yeah, they was Kawhi and Paul George, Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan. It's two wings and all this. Then they
was comparing them to the Bulls.
When they was comparing them to Jordan and Pippen. But
they said I see y'all ignoring Clay Watkins and TC the Don. They running down all the players better than Paul George. And they ain't missed yet. And they ain't missed yet.
I saw Michael Reds.
He said Jeff Green was better than Paul George.
Jeff Green was though. Jeff Green before the open heart surgery.
Bob, you don't believe that.
Bro, are y'all serious? I wasn't watching Jeff Green?
Yeah.
Hey, Bob.
Yes, I was.
Bob, I know you don't. I know you don't agree with this.
I know that.
No way you agree.
Zerbiak was that guy. Zerbiak was that guy.
No, he was not.
Damn, I'm glad Bobby
came back to the
conversation. I knew something was going to come
out. Bonzi Wells.
Bob is trolling. You're trolling, bro. You're trolling.
Bonzi?
But y'all just must not know about Bonzi,
bro.
Hey, shout out Muncie, Indiana. Y'all must not know about Bonzi. Like I said, shout out Muncie, Indiana.
That man said Zerbiak.
Gabe is trying to.
Look, I want to go back to Jeff Green because I'm not going to just overlook on Jeff Green disrespect. Jeff Green was that dude.
This is a good joke because we talk about regular super mid players.
Regular super mid.
Yeah,
Jeff Green wasn't no regular super mid player. Y'all got to remember Jeff Green had open heart surgery.
I remember.
But had all the surgeries in the world.
Before that.
No.
What was happening before that?
I mean, yeah.
But hey,
his potential.
Jeff Green will forever live right here for a long time because he was a great supersonic, but he was a role player throughout his entire career.
Bob don't believe that anyway, bro. Come on.
Jeff Green was never going to be the guy to lead the team
Jeff
anywhere.
Green. Second player on that Cavs run in 18.
What did these guys? What did these players do? Though? Why y'all be disrespecting Paul George and James Harden like that?
There ain't no disrespect. There ain't no disrespect. Jeff Green was that dude.
Jeff Green was nice, but
I really don't disrespect Harden, but the playoffs. Like that's.
Yep, I'm with you.
Harden be selling. He be
Harden
selling.
is an all-time great talent, but the playoffs he just don't got it.
Yeah, I'm still the fourth best shooting guard of all time, but it's fine.
Don't got no love for James Harden.
So to Tony Roden.
Tony Roden,
that's crazy. In high school, maybe I don't know what Paul George was like.
Thaddeus Young, right? Peak Thaddeus Young.
Look, now you're getting me started because Thad. Hey, now look. Hey, everybody that know me know I got love for Thad Young. I love Thad Young.
Yeah, I like Thad Johnson. He was nice when he came to the Bulls last year, bro. 2 years ago.
But I'm talking about Thad back with the Sixers though.
Yeah, when they had Drew Holiday and all that.
Thad Young was good too.
Evan Turner.
That one of them. That's super underrated too.
Does anyone know what Paul George was in high school?
Like with that team,
like where he was like ranking amongst his peers or anything?
I don't think
I think Paul George was a year up under me. I never really.
Where did he go in college? He went to Fresno State.
He was at Fresno State.
Yeah. Okay,
which Fresno State is a good school. You know,
they are, but it's not one of the top D1 schools.
If we're talking high
that's
school,
the thing though. A lot of those cats didn't go to major schools. A lot of for some cats that's like coming out 3 stars. You know, that's 6-8 wins. Going mid major is a better look if you ask me.
Yeah, PG went 10. Yeah.
If we're talking high school, strictly high school,
most
people won't know Tony Roten in high school, but Tony Roten was the #1 player in the nation. Like, he was disgusting, and I got to watch it in person. It was ridiculous. I saw him make the most ridiculous pass I've ever seen a human being do in real life in a fall league. It was literally before basketball season. And he like loses the ball at the top of the key. He was dribbling, and then I think someone poked it, and so he's just going after it, and he hits the top of the key. He doesn't even look. He's seen dude cutting from the corner to the basket, and he just smacks it. He doesn't even get possession of it. He just smacks it to the dude and starts running the other way because he knew he was on a line right to him for the bucket. It's like, bro, this guy is unreal, out of this world.
So Tony Rose is better than Magic Johnson. Okay,
I swear, but the best high school player.
I agree. That's fine.
Best high school player I've ever seen live. Hell, even played it against, bro. It has to be De'Aaron Fox. Because De'Aaron Fox, man, when I saw him in high school play, he may not have been the best high school player ever, but that dude was pulling up from half court.
You played him in AAU, or you from the Houston area?
I live in Houston.
Okay,
we were in high school around the same time. He went to Cy Lakes. Yeah. That man, he was a demon. He was fast. Fast as all hell back then, bro.
But
that's the Harrison twins too. Harrison twins was cold in high school.
That's the crazy thing about NBA players is when you're just watching these guys on TV, you're like, oh man, like this guy's not that crazy fast or like certain things. And when you get up in mostly when you're playing against it, because again, when you're watching it, I mean, I guess if you're watching it, you see their competition, you can tell. But when you're playing against it, like Andrew Andrews. I did not realize how ridiculously fast Andrew Andrews was. And Andrew Andrews plays overseas. He went to UW though. So I'm sure a lot of people watching aren't too familiar with Andrew Andrews, but he was nasty in college. But this dude was one of the fastest players I have ever seen in person. I did not know that he moved like that because I'm used to watching him against college guys. And I was like,
are they?
What is going on?
Hey, let me fighting.
Seattle puts out a lot of talent every year. Every year.
Isaiah Thomas, that was the most fun.
What the hell?
That was the most fun game I'd ever
got a little
played,
brother, man. He getting big. Life. Every year I see him, he's getting bigger and bigger, bro.
Little IT.
Bro, it was the most fun. Also because our point guard was disgusting at the time too. And so I had just front row seats to watching this battle. They both put up like 20-something, just going back and forth. Like it was ridiculous. But IT is disgusting, bro.
OJ Mayo.
Oh yeah.
Wasn't he next LeBron, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. OJ Mayo.
Yeah, that's
and
tough.
Tariq Evans. I seen both
there you go, Bob.
Had a crazy rookie year.
Tariq Evans was nice.
Crazy rookie season.
But as far as Paul George goes, though, like at that time, from like 07 to 09, like coming out of California, you getting overlooked because like you had James Harden, Artesia, you had Drew Holiday,
Russ.
you had Drew Holiday and all those
Kevin
guys.
Love.
I'm talking about the guys that were already like Russ. Russ was obviously known, but like in high school, you know what I'm saying, it was the other guys like you know that was really on the map. So it was really rough coming out of California from 06 to 2009. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was crazy.
Terrence Jones was around that time too.
Yeah, he was coming out of Portland.
Yeah,
they came. You know, they came down to Sac and got that ass whipped too. Fresh off a state championship. Came in the gym with their Jordan gear and thought it was gonna be something. It wasn't. You know. That's how it be.
Bobby, Sacramento.
Yeah.
I swear when I watched Terrence Jones in college, I swore he was the truth, bro. I thought he was so cold.
He was though. Terrence Jones. Like I played him in high school, and he was nice then. But then played him again, like in the pro-am, he was still nice, and I was still cooking his ass. But he was still like that though.
Bob, not to be this guy, but his voice was crazy in high school. Do you remember?
We never really spoke or nothing. You know,
But I heard it from the stands. I was watching at UW. They were playing one of the best teams it was probably like them against Garfield or them against Beach because it was one of the top teams, Washington top team against them. And I just heard him like talking on defense. I was like, no way. It's like there's no way. This man is 6'9", sounding like that. That was great.
Yeah, but shit. I mean, speaking of Terrence Jones, Portland they got some hoopers too. So you know, so it's a lot of cats that come out of the Pacific Northwest that it's slept on.
Somebody even brought up Austin Rivers. Austin Rivers was cold in high school too.
Oh yeah, definitely. He was he was hyped up so much.
It's just in college he was kind of a little disappointing.
I remember in high school, they was acting like he was about to come out and be Curry, basically. You know what I'm saying? When he went to Duke.
He was Austin and Seth, they was together at Duke.
I don't remember.
When Seth Curry transferred over there,
Seth was a 4-year player, so they probably were.
Okay.
I think Seth was 4-year. Was Seth 4-year player?
I know he played for Liberty first.
He was at Liberty and then transferred to Duke.
Then transferred.
I don't remember then. I don't remember if they played together or not.
I think.
I feel like they did.
Man, who did Seth play with? No, he played with somebody else that went to the league too. They had a nice.
Was it Kyrie? I think it was Kyrie actually. I think it was Kyrie he played with.
I think it was
Kyrie only played what?
Kyrie
9 games?
Yeah.
Well, Kyrie only played a couple games, but they still played together in those games, I believe.
Man, who else played for that team, man? We missing somebody.
We definitely are. But since we talking about Duke, you know what I'm saying? Let me just shout out Jabari Parker real quick. Get a boy some love. Gotta shout out Jabari because Jabari might be one of the. I thought he was gonna be.
Me too.
Best.
I thought he was gonna be like.
I'm sick.
They were saying he was the next Melo. Remember that?
Melo, yeah.
I'm sick about Jabari. I used to watch them Simeon highlights when he was in high school and just be like, this boy gonna be something else. Man,
yeah, they had him.
Shout out to
right now, ain't he? He's not on the team. I don't think.
But a lot of that.
I think he said he's going to the EuroLeague now.
You might can have all the game in the world and go to the wrong team with the wrong coach, and you ain't gonna be able to do all that.
Yeah, well, that's what I was just saying to one of y'all about Paul George deciding to go to Fresno State. Like when you come out like a little under recruited, bro. Sometimes it's better to go mid-major than it is to try to. I'm gonna go to Kentucky. I'm gonna go to UCLA.
That's
bro. You might want to go play. Play in the Big Sky. Yeah, you might want to go. Even Kawhi went to San Diego State, which was a good school. Shout out Chase Tapley. Chase Tapley, Sac High legend. Him and Kawhi was getting busy together in San Diego State.
Because if you could get in that tournament. You could get in. That's how they figure you out.
That's what my pops used to always tell me. Like, bro, you don't always want to try to go to one of those big schools. You just need to get to that dance.
Just get to that tournament.
You get to that dance and go crazy, and they're gonna know who you are.
And the Spurs with Kawhi, like I think the Spurs are a perfect example of like where you're drafted to does matter a lot. Because Kawhi, I firmly believe Kawhi. I'm not saying Kawhi wouldn't be a good player, but Kawhi jump shot was nasty in college compared to what it is now. You know what I'm saying? A lot of players got better with that Spurs development staff.
To your point, I was actually about to ask this because, I mean, this is like completely hypothetical because you can't really picture it. But think about the amount of players who benefited from getting into a situation where they were kind of that guy or they were good enough to be that guy in coming out of college, and then they come to the NBA. And the difference between the guys who are like, look at the Houston Rockets right now. You got Jalen Green, you got KPJ, you got young guys over there who have to step up and like be those guys at a young age, right? And like to your point, a Kawhi Leonard, who he goes into a situation where he's not going to get burned for several years, but he's under leadership that's going to develop his game along the way, and he's going to sustain in the NBA because he's going to develop. It's scary to watch guys like a Jalen Green and a KPJ who they might not get any veterans to get them under their wing to where they might be up and out of here in a couple years, even though they're so talented. But this is the NBA. This is just kind of what happens. Like you see these guys cycle in and out constantly. So you want to see a guy like that, especially like a Jalen Green and KPJ, go to another team and not play so much, but they're just developing. So that I will say
this. The all-time greats, no matter where they go,
right?
I'm talking like
those are one of ones.
The Jordans, they're gonna be great no matter what.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? They can like overcome certain adversities. Like look at Luka, right? Luka didn't go to the Mavs were not a great team at first, right? Rick Carlisle was not the best coach for Luka. I stand on that.
But Luka's not necessarily the best example because he was a professional since he's 16.
Oh, yeah,
so it's much different, and he learns like how to actually play basketball playing in the EuroLeague. Like that's like the best case scenario. Starting in EuroLeague,
cooking dudes at 16, grown men.
Yeah,
like when Kyrie went to Duke for 9 games and he went number 1, we was like, we know he like a phenom.
we seen him dribbling around. You know what I'm saying? Like Luka, we've been watching him 16. If you watch YouTube and was paying attention, he been 50-point triple-doubling.
It's actually crazy. Going into that draft, I remember even thinking to myself, don't get me wrong,
I thought he should have went number one.
But yeah, I thought Luka should have been number one, to be honest. I never understood why they picked. I mean, I get it. Aiden's from Arizona. He was good in college, and they needed a big, and they already had D-Book, but I thought that was a perfect opportunity to pair D-Book with like a real point guard because they've been missing a point guard for a while up until
they got Sam Bowie type pick Rubio. For me. I ain't gonna lie.
I want to add.
They did get the white Jason Kidd, and
I want to add a caveat to like my point because I don't want to give them an out either in that like you still, if you don't have that veteran leadership, like you have to find it within yourself to go and train and like learn in the off season. And so I don't want to give them an easy out per se. But you just look at those players who had the benefit of that vet that could have saved their careers. You just never know, you know?
Yo, Clay Walker's in the chat. That Ty Crane character, that was supposed to be Leon Paul.
I totally agree with you too, JD.
Yeah, I agree because I mean, look at a team like I always say that I get they've turned it around in recent years, but look at a team like Sacramento. There's no way you can tell me that all those guys just suck. Don't get me wrong, a lot of them probably did, but drafting failed attempt after failed attempt. Thomas Robinson, Ben McLemore. Who am I missing?
Nick Stauskas,
Jimmer Fredette. They had Hassan Whiteside and let him go. Remember that? Like they just didn't know what they were. Timberwolves too. Timberwolves are another one.
Hassan Whiteside was weak.
And
what do you say?
Hassan Whiteside was whack. Well, he was weak.
That's the other thing too.
They let him go though.
That's the other thing too is setting these guys up for failure because they would need
some. Who they draft? They were drafting bigs when they had Boogie. That made no sense.
Yeah, that's tough.
Setting them up for failure. Or you could come up, like you said, with a Kawhi Leonard or with Oladipo before he got hurt when he left Russell Westbrook. And you know what I'm saying? You could come up.
Perfect. I'm glad you brought up Oladipo.
Yeah,
Oladipo went to Orlando, and look at how they just wasted him. Orlando, another one. Like they had him at a shooting guard, then they put him at point guard, then they put him on the bench. How can you expect a player to develop when you give him a different role every single year?
Right.
You'll mess their confidence up.
Exactly.
Oh my God. It's tough, bro. The
That's
NBA
seems like Toronto. I respect Toronto because Toronto, they don't even be getting top picks and they develop them. Siakam.
Because everything ain't instant microwave.
Lowry.
With them.
They're not trying to get that instant gratification.
Exactly.
They're doing
a team like Toronto has shown me you don't got to just tank to really develop your team. But some of these teams, they think they're just going to get a top talent that's just going to save them.
Boston was doing
them at all.
Boston was getting busy at that one. They was picking everything up.
Yeah, they them together over there. They finessed the Nets.
They finessed the Nets. Oh, and they went for it.
Hey, but shout out to the Nets though. Even though they got finessed, what did they do? They got undrafted players, low lottery pick guys like Karis LeVert, Jared Allen. Who's the other one?
They got Jay-Z to be their promoter.
You know what I'm saying? Like they were picking up guys that like, and they developed them because they had no choice. They realized, damn, like
the Nets got to thank Jay-Z. Come on, man. Kevin Durant signed to the sports agency thing. Then they signed Kyrie, and they both went over there. They wanted the Knicks. The Knicks was the place to be. You know what I'm saying?
Now the Knicks didn't give KD a max. Remember, Knicks didn't want to give him a max. The Knicks are stupid, bro.
I'm saying though, they weren't sure. They weren't sure if he was going to bounce back from that Achilles. I mean, it was a gamble that I guess the Nets were smart enough to take, but
they still should have taken that though.
I'm taking that.
I can't blame him for that.
He not.
Right, but there's a reason I ain't no GM. So
I mean, you could do it probably a better job than James Dolan be doing.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yes. He is just out of control. He can't get nobody.
Shout out to Jalen Brunson though. Brunson hooping this year.
Jalen Brunson, nice, and I think the Mavs should have kept him. Man, they needed him.
Well, they tried.
Don't give me PTSD.
It's just he wanted to be in.
They did not try.
They did. Did they offer?
No, they didn't. They fumbled. They fumbled it at the middle of the season when they could have picked up his
option. No. They should have taken his option. I agree with that, but I mean, what are they gonna do? He wanted to be in New York after that, and it was over.
But then you didn't trade him and get nothing.
And they hired his dad. They hired his dad. They wanted him to. He wanted to be in New York.
There was some. That was just dumb. Anyway, we'll rip off these super chats and then get up out of here. SJ Gaby JD now because you didn't read my super chat. The Mavs are getting swept in the first round. William Lucas, the second only high school player I saw was LaMelo, and I missed half the game because of a wrestling tournament. Tough.
I seen Melo play.
I hated LaMelo's game in high school, bro.
He played it. Yeah, he just was crazy.
God, I hated it.
I didn't know that he was gonna be this good.
I did neither, bro. The way that he was just pulling up from half court, I'm like, this is just corny.
They played St. V.
Nah, if you see them international highlights of what he was doing overseas,
now that was that's different. That was you're watching that and you're like, okay, this kid is actually going.
Yeah, he could play now.
Yes, yes. But when he was just chucking, I was like, this is dumb. This is bad. Mart with the super chat. Michael Beasley is MJ and gym runs.
I'm trying to tell y'all about Mike Beasley. I caught up with him at AAU down in LA. Mike Beasley ain't nothing to play with.
Give him the KD.
He was cooking LeBron in open gyms, wasn't he?
Yeah, Mike Beasley ain't nothing to play with. Mike Beasley was 17, 18 in the summertime walking into the gym with grown women.
Michael Beasley used to be LeBron 101. Everyone.
Yeah, he used to be LeBron all the time.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, Michael Beasley like that.
Hey, Beasley is a bucket. He's a bucket.
He got an interview about talking about Michael Beasley.
I'll take Michael Beasley and James Wiseman right now.
Mars, fire episode. We clocked in 3 hours for y'all. Little vintage PC episode. Mars, any final words before we get out of here? Trade James Wiseman. It's a mustard.
I'm gonna just leave y'all with the facts. Jason Kidd is still an athletic Ricky Rubio. I'm gonna let y'all know.
We can tell
Ricky Rubio with a black father. That's all he is.
Kenny, that's crazy. Kenny, any final words?
I'll see y'all in a minute. Nothing to say, man. I pretty much everything I spit is facts.
We're not gonna get top 10.
Oh shoot!
Oh yeah.
Bro, I this was the first time in a long time that I've told a guest we're gonna get your top 10 at the end of the show and then forgot. So. That's fire. So we'll take that top 10. We'll take that top 10. My bad, bro. I'm not used to having guests on Player's Choice anymore.
I'm gonna take this top 10. So you know who at the top? Brian and Michael Jordan, 1, 2.
Who's one?
Jordan.
Okay.
Jordan 1, Brian 2, but it's right there. It could flip. But then I got Kareem 3.
Okay.
My 4th spot goes to Larry Bird.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? My 5th spot is Tim Duncan. My 6th spot is Kobe. My 7th spot goes to Magic Johnson. Oh yeah, he can help it up. You know Magic was on the way. I'm gonna give I gotta put the old school guys in there. So I'm gonna give, I don't really Bill Russell, Wilt. And where I'm at, that's 8.
You said Bill Russell. Bill Russell and you were naming them. You were naming them.
8 and 9. That's 8 and 9. Yeah, you're at 9 now.
Yeah.
And who's 10?
And then 10. Do I gotta bump Hakeem out of this 10? I gotta put the chef at 10, man.
No Shaq. That's
no Shaq. No Shaq. That's all right.
No,
that's all right.
No Shaq. Because I got Hakeem. I think Hakeem was better than Shaq. I just do. Like, it's my opinion. I really don't care. You know what I'm saying?
It's not crazy. I've heard that many times.
I have them like one spot behind each other.
But just not having Shaq at the top 10 is
no. He 12. He in there.
That's a solid list.
Man,
appreciate that. Bob, final words.
Oh man, y'all pick up a book. Get your 30 minutes in every day. Read something. Love yourself. Drink some water.
There you go. Life facts.
Roll up. I'm about to roll up. I'm glad it's over, fellas.
Make sure you
put some in the air.
Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to other things, man. We appreciate y'all tapping in, and we'll see you on Sunday. Peace out.
Peace.